Alright, I'm live. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Ronika, good afternoon. Happy Sunday to you. Shout out to everybody that hit the like button over there on Bolo VNR 2.0. Big up on a nice, clean self for that. Yeah, man. Blessings to that, man. Me appreciate the response, you know. When I send out the link and persons hit the like button before I start. Very encouraging indeed. Very encouraging. I would love to see more of that. So those that are a part of my WhatsApp channel and my WhatsApp groups, if you see me drop a link to any of my videos, you don't have to wait. Click the link, hit the like button, and there's something there called a notification button. When you press that button, it's gonna tell YouTube to remind you of when the video is actually started. Hey Queen, big up yourself, you know. Thank you for that, you know. Big up yourself. Why Jamaica? Pastor Peter Chambers was right. Him did right. You can't even make this up. The man did right, yeah, man. Me I see signs already. And we're going to get into it. I am seeing signs already that Pastor Peter Chambers was 100% correct in the last video that he put out. Let's play it.
But when told, I had the generator, so I said to my wife, can I turn on the generator? She said no, she can't bother with the noise. So the time was hot and very miserable. And I had to be praying and ask the Lord to let some breeze blow in the territory and cool the house down. That's what took place. And those are, my wife and I said those are immediately. And I was dragged into a vision where I saw demons enter Jamaica. Whatever initiation or contract that this present government has signed, it has caused the spirit of death and murder to be hanging over the land. And that is why you see, even though they declared that crime is down, they are the ones who have become the crime master. And if the people of Jamaica sits down under this government and let it continue, this is something that is going to continue for generations if they do not put a stop to it. So the lights out, it was a facade, it was a sham. They have their agenda, they have their objectives. And if anyone could remember when Melissa came, about the storm came, when I declared, and I had to be praying and asking the Lord to let some breeze blow in the territory and cool the house down. That's what took place. And those are, my wife and I said those are immediately. And I was dragged into a vision where I saw demons enter Jamaica. Whatever initiation or contract that this present government has signed, it has caused the spirit of death and murder to be hanging over the land. And that is why you see, even though they declared that crime is down, they are the ones who have become the crime master. And if the people of Jamaica sits down under this government and let it continue, this is something that is going to continue for generations.
So Jamaica, you hear that? The light outage is the man of God says is not just regular, it is spiritual. They have literally opened up spiritual gateways for demons to enter into the country. And these demons have a specific mission. Taking life. Taking life. Bloodshed. That is the mission of these demons. Now, I'm sure you heard the news about how much people the police them unalive. The security guard at Brownstown that take him life. it was said that he was a policeman, and then the JCF said, well, no, that's untrue, that's false, right? That's what they said. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not even 24 hours. When I woke up this evening and I looked at my phone, this is what I saw. See that? Policeman dies in suspected suicide in St. James.
Lies will be exposed. That's all.
Easy, right? Policeman dies in suspected suicide. Let's read the article. It says a policeman reportedly died by suicide at the Maroon Town Police Station in St. James on Sunday morning. The deceased has been identified as Constable M. Francis, otherwise known as Teddy. Colleagues said he was found with a gunshot wound inside the station barracks shortly before 9 a.m. Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels, head of the St. James Police, confirmed the incident, but said he could not immediately provide any further details. Reports are that the constable has been facing disciplinary action prior to his death. Want to hear that? He has been facing disciplinary action prior to his death. Jamaica, I believe that there needs to be a psychiatric evaluation of all of these officers, especially the ones them that are in these operations where people's lives are being taken. I believe all of them needs to go to a psychiatrist. Every last one of them. There needs to be some type of reform, and I'm talking about a spiritual reform. There need, you see the police them where we're gathering, Wagwan Derval. You see the police them where we're gathering. There needs to be a policy where you can't wear jewelry. No jewelry at all. Yeah, man. No jewelry. None. You remember when you used to go to school and you have to come to school and you have to make sure so your hair cut low and you have to make sure so your attire one certain way? The police them need to go back to that something. No ring per finger. No, if I must a married ring. Wedding ring alone accepted. Outside of that, all these fancy ring with all of them weird something punny. No. When them are load up on a car gathering, they need to ban that from the force. But under one evil regime, that not gonna happen. You can't tell you that right now. Because enough of them were there in the police force right now involved in the dark order and all of these things. The lodge and them something. So them now go do that. Them now go do it. But this is where we need to get to. Police have faced disciplinary action and allegedly take him life. They don't want to say that the police take him life, but how it look is either the police take him life or somebody in the police station kill the police. Because it's in the police station he was found with gunshot wounds 9 something in the morning. Nine something a.m. in the morning. Just come to work. Not too long, just come to work. And as a matter of fact, was he working the night before? That make it worse if he might have worked the night before. Would you like and share this video, ladies and gentlemen? You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Pastor Peter Chambers tell you, see there? The man analyze about 8 persons in 24 hours. Security guard that commit suicide. All different type of news in the news right now in terms of death. Look on the situation on a St. Ann with the lady on the roadside there so. And the car, if you watch that video there, how the car overtake somebody. When you overtake somebody like that, like you not drift to over there so. Or alright, the car turn off from when you look on the video, the car turn off a little bit like I come out of one place so, right? I come up the road, right? And I like say the car when a shot come up fast and already have speed. And then I overtake the car there now and lose control and go over upon the bank. The car go over upon the bank in a more down the lady in Jamaica. And mash up the light post, you know. Donovan, Cheryl, big up. Mash up the light post, you know. Maurice, how you doing? Mickey, big up. Right? You don't see the video? It ain't green man. I'm going to see one next video. Down a center again. Right? And I think I want man this time and the car lick him down. Me have a video on something, man. I'm not going to show it. You understand what I tell you? This is where we're at. The death angel them turn up in a Jamaica. So when the pastor, when Mark Stewart been a one, he said, if you cover on the pitney. All I prophet them and apostle them tell themselves to cover on the children and cover on themselves. Jacqueline, it's not no joke. Take it serious. Just take it 100% serious. You understand? Imagine you there on the roadside and in the town. Right? Without the incident that happened with the lady where you show up on the video. And you just a normal day, early in the morning and that happened to you. The man look up in the post and broke the post and come out of the vehicle immediately, you know. And him did run, but them catch him. That's the next part of the update. But I'm in our focus on that. All I'm saying is this, ladies and gentlemen, it is quite clear that spiritually, Jamaica is in spiritual warfare. And the demon them are take bodies. Them are take bodies, them are take life, them are take souls. You understand? In every way, accident, suicide, the police, them are unalive people. Man and woman have problem. Man are unalive them people them. Criminal at work. In every way, shape or form, there is a constant contribution to lives being taken in Jamaica. Huh? Burial ground. The funeral them enough. Dead yard and 9 night enough. I'm not going to none. I'm not going to none. I can't tell none of that. I never did like them something from morning. Worse now, them a bagger. Them a bagger data we are going right now. I'm not going none of them. You understand? I want to remember the person who me know when them was living and vibrant and the wonderful individual that them was. Obviously, if it closer to home now, I would have to go. But really and truly, I not in them excitement in Jamaica. I not love the 9 night business. I not love them something. I tell you that straight. I don't like it. Jamaica come like one country where we celebrate dead more than we then celebrate life right now. Funeral come like a one event, like a one party. You don't notice? You don't notice? Anyway, me hear Andrew want to say one thing in our article, ladies and gentlemen. Zane, should I do Andrew Holness? No, let me go to this first. One taxi operator accused of raping a 13-year-old who was a passenger in his vehicle was granted $500,000 bail. Jamaica, what go on? So with children, them not protected neither. What is actually happening? What really are going on in Jamaica? I don't know where quote them can tell me so right now if you make this make sense. A man accused of raping a 13-year-old, you let him go? Pan bail? Pan bail? Does the bail have conditions? You let him go pan bail. The bail have conditions? You want to put one track up on his foot and restrict him to house arrest? What is the conditions of the bail? Only give him bail. What is the conditions? Mighty God of Daniel. Tell me if me make sense, you know. When I see article, I say, hold on. 13-year-old? What go on Saturday? 13-year-old? How do you give the man bail? Regular bail? When can just walk and go anywhere you want to go? What is the restriction of the bail is what I'm asking. There has to be. I'm not go down deeper in an article yet, you know. Some just ask. Do them have one something on him foot? Where you know so you can track him everywhere him there? 13-year-old man grape, accused of graping. I want to give him $500,000 a little bit of money there. That is the next contention we have. The man get a $500,000 bill. 100% of your 100% I only don't share the live yet. My side, share the live for me now. When you share the live with 5 people, you know say numbers them go up, right? At least 1 out of 5 person I jump on the live. When they even want to say them thing, the people please like and share the video. Because the topic when I talk about so serious right now, I don't even want to tell us if you like and share the video. I just feel away. Maurice, I do that. Like and share the video, man. But honestly, I go in at the article, see, because I want to know if them have some conditions to that person here. I feel like say bail need to be, if you are going to give him bail, the bail need to be at least $3 million. At least $3 million. A 48-year-old man is also charged with sexually touching and forcible abduction. His name has not been disclosed to protect the child. Attorney at law Davian Vassell successfully appealed for bail when the matter came up for mention before the parish judge MAGNITSKY. As conditions of bail, the accused is required to report to the Brownstone police station on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So him just required to report. We in Jamaica need to have a better system than this. Zane, we need to have a better system than this. This man needs to have one ankle bracelet, brethren. If you don't agree with me, tell me so you don't agree with me. The technology need to go up. So the only conditions of the bail is that him have to go report to the police station Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. A stop order was also imposed at all ports of entry and exit. He was ordered to surrender his travel documents, so he can't fly out of Jamaica. And he must not have any contact with the child or the prosecution witnesses. That's normal. That's normal. That's pretty normal, right? According to the allegation presented before the court about 10:45 a.m. on March 22nd, the accused picked up the child in his Toyota Probox motor car. The prosecution alleges that upon reaching Angels Grove, he diverted into a scheduled area where he sexually assaulted the complainant. The complainant subsequently reported the incident to a community member who alerted the police. The accused was later arrested and charged. No, Jamaica. So it's basically the child word against him. That's a 13-year-old, right? That's a baby. Just turned teenager. Again, I don't like the conditions of the bail. The man should be restricted to house arrest, brethren. Right? Only time if you come check in, if you make sure so no tampering no go on with him bracelet, or when him a go. go visit the police them 3 times a week. No man, Jamaica have to do better to protect we youth them, man. Jamaica has to do better to protect our children. This is unacceptable. Where's some mums? I not hear you. No. Now, see another situation where the death angel has opened up in Jamaica. Teen unalived in Quarry Hill, Spanish Town shooting. Right? The police searching for 4 men who allegedly shot an unalived 18-year-old construction worker in Quarry Hill on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as Miguel Anderson, otherwise known as Bingy, and Quarry Hill of Quarry Hill, Spanish Town. Reports are that about 8 p.m., Anderson was sitting on a chair inside a business establishment when he was attacked by 4 men. A man who was seated in the motor vehicle parked nearby also came under fire. More lives being taken, ladies and gentlemen. The death angel is running rampant in Jamaica. Right? Now, this story is kind of interesting. I remember when, because I don't know nothing about Audrey Marks, you know, right? So Audrey Marks here. So Audrey Marks is the sole founder now of Paymaster. She was the original. You know, it's something I realized about the Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament and representatives. They are heavy business people. And anytime the government is going to do business, a lot of the times the business is run through them. And I just think this is a conflict of interest. You understand? Because wasn't Audrey Marks, wasn't her company the one that donations were run through for hurricane relief through Andrew Holness administration? And now this confirms. See there, following 2 years negotiation, Ambassador Audrey Marks has reacquired Paymaster Jamaica Limited from Digicel Group, a telecoms operation. She is now the sole owner of the entity. Jamaica's first multi-payment agency, offering a one-stop for bill payments, remittances, and service subscriptions. Ambassador Marks founded Paymaster in 1997. Mighty God. And the company has grown to become one of the most recognized payment services providers. Jamaica. Da da dee da da da. Let me go. Somebody put this up. One brother named Blake. So Springfield residents finally get a bridge after 4-year ordeal. And I believe this is in this is the Tri Bridge, yes? So here where this bridge in the office this is somebody, you know, that's a regular player, a person on Facebook. But what he said I found very interesting. Great residents of Springfield in Old Harbour. Old Harbour, oh, so it's the next bridge, this is a Tri Bridge, are now benefiting from a newly constructed Springfield Bridge. A $250 million project officially. Is it the same bridge? Hold on then. A different bridge this man. The bridge where they are a try. Hold on, let me do some research there. So a 2 bridge then do know. Where is what parish is Tribridge located? What parish is Tribridge located? Trelawney, Manchester. Okay, so on 2 different bridges. So now them have a bridge now where them fixing a what you call it? Old Harbour. More on hear what that bridge there say now. Great residents of Springfield, Old Harbour are now benefiting from a newly constructed Springfield Bridge for $250 million project officially handed over by Prime Minister. The bridge, which replaces a structure that was closed in September 2022, is expected to significantly improve transportation, commerce, and public safety in the community. Hold on a minute. The man said the Lacovia Bridge in St. Elizabeth has been in a deplorable condition for well over 20 years. Yet, it somehow still does not appear to meet the threshold for urgent repair. Despite numerous accidents and at least one reported fatally linked to the deteriorating state of the bridge, residents continue to wait for meaningful action. Calls for repair have been made for years, while broken guardrails and safety concerns remain a constant danger to motorists and pedestrians. Ladies and gentlemen, it goes on to say, we constantly hear the slogans about Jamaica first, progress and prosperity, but those promises ring hollow when critical infrastructure such as Lacovia Bridge continues to be neglected. Successful announcements have acknowledged the risk and pledged improvement, yet the bridge remains a symbol of delayed action and misplaced priority. If protecting lives and ensuring public safety are truly priority, then repairing the Lacovia Bridge should have been addressed long ago. Now, let's go and Google the Lacovia Bridge. Incidents that happened on the Lacovia Bridge, lady. Yeah. Let me see if I find any incident that happened in the Lacovia Bridge. Alright, so it says here that the Lacovia, no thanks. The Lacovia Bridge in St. Elizabeth is notorious for tragic, reoccurring accidents, primarily caused by its severe damage and missing guardrails. Notably, prior fatal incident on the bridge involved a female driver who tragically drowned when her vehicle plunged into the Black River, and she was unable to free her seatbelt in time. While there is no single prominent lady incident, well, I did say lady in the I shouldn't say lady, you know. I should just say, yeah. So let me search that again and see. So December 2025, a 76-year-old businessman died after losing control of his pickup truck and plunging into the Black River. His stepson was also in the vehicle and managed to swim to shore. The truck and the victim's body were later retrieved by the JCF. So that these are some incidents that happened. So this bridge is really a problem bridge. So the point of the man I'm making at the post on Facebook, him actually on point. The man actually on point. So why we have to ask Andrew, is there any plans to fix the Lacovia Bridge immediately? Or maybe Mark can tell you about Nara. Nara go fix everything. We see them give $2 million to $2 million plus to Treasure Beach, according to them, if you go fix up tourism area for attract tourists. But the safety of the Jamaican people does not come first. What go on for Lacovia Bridge? What's happening? Our money are allocated to Treasure Beach, but Lacovia Bridge not fixed. Da da dee. Da da da. The questions alone give you the answers we need, ladies and gentlemen. This is uncaring government. Like and share the video. Thank you kindly. Let's move on to Mr. Christopher Tufton now. Surgeries at KPH disrupted due to problems in air conditioning system. Now, how much more of this we can take? How much more of this is the Jamaican people going to accept? Surgeries cannot be done because the AC now work. Isn't it the same reason why the little girl never get the free life-changing surgery what she need? Only remember the doctor or the doctors that came down from the United States that came here to give voluntary work. And because of the AC, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, I don't think it was KPH, it was another hospital. I could read the article. The Southeast region, as a matter of fact, we are living in one time where you have solar powered options. What's up? And Maurice, and you're telling me that the man them can't invest in some solar powered options for the hospital them. Like the other day when the light went out. You know how much people suffering at the hospital? All the hospitals, all public hospitals, it should be mandated in law and the constitution. All public hospitals should have solar power technology. When the light goes out, solar power kick in. As a matter of fact, the solar power should be so entrenched in the building code that them don't really need to use no electricity from JPS neither. Always running. You understand? Almost nighttime alone. Right? Come on, man. Modern time now, bridging. Modern time now, man. The Southeast Regional Authority, Sarah. I not people, I not my computer, so I don't know. Support the platform. My computer would make things so much better right now. I could have played phone and read. That take me more energy. Don't disrespect me. Please hit the like button. Alright? There's too much people here and the like button just not bad mind the like button, ladies and gentlemen. On YouTube, not bad mind the like button. Stop bad minding the like button. Like button never do nothing. The like button never take on no money. He never take on no partner. He never do no pitney nothing wrong. Please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Laura, what's up? I don't know why no bad mind the like button, sir. No? All you have to do is double tap the screen, guys. Right in the middle of the screen on your phone. Like this. This is all you have to do. Once you do this 2 times in the middle of the screen, that's it. You don't have to be bothered anymore to hit the like button. We have Colleen in the building, say blessings, Bolo. It must be a labor right as to why it said so. Lord have mercy. Christopher, how are you doing? Big up. I just see the message I scroll up. Did they show what the bridge look like? Well, I didn't, oh, you remember the incident? How much more can they take? No, for real. How much more they can take? How much more they're willing to take from this government? Christopher Tufton is doing a very good job just hiding in the cut, you know. And being as invisible as possible, you know. Only don't realize that Christopher Tufton should resign, and Jonah should resign. Them do too much damage already. Too much damage. Right? But these problems still continue in the healthcare sector under Christopher Tufton. The management team at KPH recognize the impact these delays have on the patients and their families, particularly those awaiting elective surgical procedures, said KPH. Chief Executive Officer Dwayne Francis in statement from Sarah on Sunday. Jamaica, let me tell you something. And this is going to sound extreme to some people. You cannot afford to go to the hospital, whether you have money or not. Let me say that again. You cannot afford to go to the hospital in Jamaica, whether you have money or not. The conditions at the hospital is in such a way that you might have money to pay for this and pay for that, and you still can't get it done. I would advise you guys to be super careful on the road. Alright? Be super careful. If you can't stay off the road, that's good. But if you have to go on the road, stay prayed up, read on the Psalms, ask God for protection, read on the Proverbs, read on the Bible, ask God for protection. You cannot afford to go to the hospital in Jamaica right now. It's that bad. It's that bad. The healthcare system has not improved. All the things that were a problem a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, is still a problem. Alright? Let's not trick ourselves. Unbelievable. Let's continue. Hey, Neeks, what's up, my baby? It says here that he said we understand the anxiety, right? Inconvenience, disruption that postponed surgeries may cause. And we sincerely apologize to all affected individuals for the challenges experienced during this period. According to the Sunday statement, the issues are linked to the hospital's aging infrastructure, which is 250 years old, and deterioration of critical components that are not readily available locally. Mighty God. Critical components that are not readily available locally. How long did they know that these critical components were not were needed? How long did they know that it was going to a stage of stage critical? Who is actually maintaining equipment? Where's the equipment maintenance team? I would have to, you know, assume that they would have some type of assessment to say, all right, you know, this is where we're at with it. Thanks. Some type of assessment to say, you know, hey, in 6 months, in a year, this particular equipment is going to, you know, eventually start giving problems. So we need to procure this equipment immediately. Isn't there some type of body or entity or group or individuals that actually do that? I'm asking, you know, because I don't know. But based off of the fact say, the statement that them put out is saying it's aging equipment that is not readily available. Then all, I mean, this is just poor governance. I'm telling you. Poor management. The hospital said maintaining appropriate environmental conditions in operating theaters is essential for patient safety. That should be exactly the reason why you guys would, you know, handle the situation correctly. Because you know how important it is. Oh my God. May I tell you, this is unacceptable. Infection, when I say here, so, it's essential for patient safety, infection prevention, and compliance with clinical standards. It added that replacement parts are being air freighted into the island with plans advanced to replace the system. With plans advanced, so all the plans them advanced, but the system failed. That means that the plans them were not advanced. So you're doing some unknown labor. Jacqueline, big up yourself. Oh, comes it is well advanced. In TikTok, that makes sense. This is crazy, man. The hospital said emergency and life-saving surgeries continue to be prioritized while clinical teams are reviewing schedules and will contact affected patients regarding rescheduling as capacity improves. Asgol, good evening. Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. Wow.
A big challenge, the challenge of energy. JPS is here. We are going through negotiations now. The intention is to lock in with a license certain changes that will see tangible reductions in electricity and energy costs for households and businesses.
Hi, Chantel.
Jamaica's energy costs are prohibitive, and we have to tackle it. We must make substantial improvements in it, but we cannot place all our hopes for reduction on a renegotiated license. We must now explore in meaningful ways the large-scale deployment of alternative energy sources, and we must prepare ourselves to be able to deploy nuclear technology, because nuclear technology is becoming the de facto clean energy resource. So we have to put ourselves in that position, and it's not going to be long. It's going to be a decade or so, but to be able to deploy that, you have to prepare from now. So we are looking at the energy sector in real ways to make real changes.
Don't wait to save 50% on Coursera Plus and build breakthrough skills.
I say great minds think alike, you know. Me I listen to ABI News earlier before me start my life, you know. And I tell you, say,
Challenge of energy. JPS is here. We are going through negotiations now. The intention is to lock in with a license certain changes that will see tangible reductions in electricity and energy costs for households and businesses. Jamaica's energy costs are prohibitive, and we have to tackle it. We must make substantial improvements in it, but we cannot place all our hopes for reduction on a renegotiated license. We must now explore in meaningful ways the large-scale deployment of alternative energy sources, and we must prepare ourselves to be able to deploy nuclear technology, because nuclear technology is becoming the de facto clean energy resource. So we have to put ourselves in that position, and it's not going to be long. It's going to be a decade or so, but to be able to deploy that, you have to prepare from now. So we are looking at the energy sector in real ways to make real changes. And this is a...
So, Andrew said it'll take a decade. Yo. Big up ABI News, yeah, man. People may have come off camera because I eat my dinner. Big up ABI News. Zane? I want to play one tape. Because some people forget what Andrew promised, you know. Andrew is good at making promises. And good at making commitments. But carrying them out, the man recycle commitment and promise after 10 years, 5 years. I don't know how him do it after 4 years. Yo, the man skill and the people don't remember nothing, you know. The people don't remember nothing what the man say. You understand? They don't hold him accountable none at all. But listen to this.
One of the things that I know affecting whole heap of people in Jamaica is the high electricity bill.
Oh! When you hear one lady in the background, Jesus Christ. I said the woman feeling her soul, and Andrew said so. Yes, Andrew, preach. Ladies and gentlemen, this was 2015 here. So Andrew Holness, no, from 2015, said this thing. was something that is really affecting the people badly. And what did Andrew Holness promise the people? Let's read. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen.
When the PMP come into power, them say them going to bring down electricity costs.
Yes.
What has happened since? Electricity costs keep rising. They promised that by 2016, they would have made the JPS more efficient with more efficient plants. That's not going to happen till another 2 years. And before you know it, it will be another 3 or 4 years before them actually do it. The Labour Party will make sure that we put in place more efficient electricity generating plants to bring down the cost of electricity to you. I don't like to make promise. I make commitment. And under the Labour Party government, we are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big power plants. We are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big energy companies that can put the money in here to build the plants to give you cheaper and better electricity. We're noticing an emerging trend in the PMP's approach to government, governance, and public administration, which is destructive, inimical, undermines good governance and good government.
Really?
I've just completed the review
Yes.
of the terms of reference of the electricity sector enterprise scheme. You will recall that I tabled questions in Parliament of the Prime Minister. You will also recall that the Minister of Energy made a presentation in Parliament in which he explained that the Prime Minister would announce this committee. The Prime Minister subsequently has announced this committee. But I want you to journey with me to last year.
Journey with us,
The government had a particular difficulty
Yes.
with a constituted authority in the form of the OCG. At that time, the authority of the OCG was questioned as to whether or not it had a right to claim information during the pre-contractual stages of government negotiations into sensitive infrastructure development works. It created major discourse in the society. Indeed, it caused fractures and differences of opinion right throughout the society as to whether or not the Contractor General is being a hurdle insurmountable when it comes to the efficient and expeditious procurement of infrastructure works. At the end of it, the government decided to take its anti-corruption arm to court to determine whether or not the Contractor General had such authority. But whilst that was being done, the Minister of Works set up a committee called the IOC, the Independent Oversight Committee. I'm sure members of the press will recall that. The IOC's task was to ensure that there was transparency in the procurement process and to oversee the development of the infrastructure, the procurement of the infrastructure. It was positioned in such a way that there would still be integrity in the process because the people appointed are persons of the highest level of integrity in and of themselves, and therefore you don't need to have the OCG to oversee the process. The end result of government going to court was that the court ruled that the OCG does have the authority, but it ruled even further that the IOC as established was a public body, and any public body dealing with procurement would fall under the authority of the OCG. So this rigmarole, as I would call it, this trying to create a facade to go around what is established in law only wastes the time and resources of public and undermines the authority of statutorily prescribed bodies such as the OCG. The government should have learned its lesson from then. At that time, my position in Parliament was that if the OCG is a creature of Parliament, a creature of statute, it reports to Parliament, and parliamentarians have a difficulty in the authority of the OCG, then it is Parliament that gave the authority. Parliament can change it. But instead, they decided to go to court, and as we had all expected, the court ruled quite wisely. Now, fast forward to the present. The OUR is the constituted body assigned the responsibility statutorily in law to deal with the procurement and the development of energy, well, specifically electricity infrastructure. This present project is not just an energy project. It is not just the procurement of LNG or the building out of an LNG storage facility. It is the building out of a plant to generate electricity. There is a license that governs that. That license is given to JPS for the generation and distribution of electricity. Granted, other players can come in, but they have to sell to the monopoly grid owner, which is JPS. In doing our preparations, and when we went to Parliament, I raised the issue. Is the energy enterprise scheme, the electricity sector enterprise scheme, you notice what they call it, it is the electricity sector enterprise scheme. Is that enterprise scheme in violation of the terms of JPS's license? I don't think they were aware that it was. And I believe that having pointed it out to them, they made a commitment in Parliament. Not only that, they would have to go and make amendments to the OUR Act to allow for this energy or electricity sector enterprise scheme to have any legal standing. But I think they will also have to go and make amendments to the JPS license. In fact, the license says that in relation to the said conditions and to achieve the needed improvements in the generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity throughout the island of Jamaica, Maribeni agreed by letter, agreement dated July 9, 2007 between itself and the Development Bank of Jamaica for and on behalf of the Government of Jamaica that the license be amended to make provisions for the following. A, the office, that is the OUR, shall have responsibility for the preparation and revision of all requisite least cost expansion plans for the addition of generation capacity to the system meaning the national grid, subject to due consultation with the licensee and other stakeholders in the electricity sector. The office, meaning the OUR, shall have responsibility for the management and administration of the competitive process for the addition of any new capacity as this term is defined in the All-Island Electric License. So, both by virtue of what is statutorily prescribed for the OUR, and both in terms of what is said in the license, the development of any new capacity, the procurement of it, falls squarely in the office of the OUR, and this is stated in the JPS license. It seems to me that for the enterprise team to have any standing legally, that these issues must be resolved. The spokesman on energy raised an important point. The government has gone ahead to set up the enterprise team on the assumption that the revocation of the license will be so easily done. That in itself would presuppose some kind of prejudice to the existing license holder. Now, this just shows you, see, that if the government is not prepared to follow its own rules, its own regulation, its own legislation, then the government will get into trouble. We can't claim to be a law-abiding society where the rule of law stands. And people will say, I don't really business with the rule. All I want to do is get the cheap energy. I don't business with the rule. Be patriotic. And all I want is cheap energy. It is time that the Jamaican people understand that you're not going to get cheap energy unless you do it by the rules. The lesson from all of this is that, see, the government of Jamaica is not prepared to follow its own rules. But people from overseas and outside our countries and our borders are prepared, and not just prepared, they will follow our own rules. So all the people who now wishing and hoping that electricity prices will reduce or become stabilized, and wishing that they could start to acquire and now go and become legal customers, looking down at the government and saying, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Government? But let's probation is the constituted authority in this case, which is the OUR, that looks at the procurement of power, produces a finding.
1 p.m.
Which says that the minister did something wrong. Says that the procurement process was flawed and that the minister tried to facilitate when he should have. So I have to ask the Prime Minister, Prime Minister, did you read the Contractor General report? He said, I don't read the Contractor General report. Now, let me say something to all of the sympathizers out there. To all the people who believe we must ask questions of the Prime Minister because we sympathize. Sympathize with your life. But the truth is, we shouldn't wait on the IDB to follow our own rules. Our Prime Minister should be the first one to follow our own rules. If that were done, we wouldn't be in this position today. Listen. The OCG is not just some other body. It is the authority constituted in law to pronounce upon the integrity of the contracting and procurement process. And if the OCG come from River Bottom and tell you, say, there is a problem there, pay attention to it. If, for whatever reason, and it is not sufficient to just come and say, we don't agree with the OCG, I asked the Prime Minister, what steps did you take? Having the disagreement. In the same way that you felt it necessary to take the OCG to court, you should have had the same compelling reason to try and come to some kind of...
Jamaica, me have to pause this. You hear Andrew? Andrew said, Handy, you know, you're doing freedom, big up. Ryan Campbell, big up. Andrew Holness said the first person that is supposed to follow the rules is the Prime Minister. Mighty God. Then Andrew, why never follow the rules of the Integrity Commission and give them all the information them say them want? So we can know how you make your money. Why did you refuse to cooperate with the Integrity Commission? Why did you try to, well, not try, why did you ask the court to force the Integrity Commission to certify you? Given all the red flags that made you ineligible to be certified. Why aren't you following the rules? Some unknown say, good evening, bro, blessings to you and mom. Mummy, your fans are big up. Right? Blessed Sunday afternoon from Mummy. Right? Una hear Andrew? Una listening good? You know when that tape, I'm going to tell you when that video was released. Let me tell you when this was. 12 years ago. Obviously when him did that. This was 2014. 2014, June 13, 2014. This today hour. Today 13th. Today 13th of June, 14th of June. This was literally 12 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. exactly 12 years ago. And listen to me, I go back to you part of because this is so interesting. What him say right there, so.
It's not just some other body. It is the authority constituted in law to pronounce upon the integrity of. That the minister did something wrong. Says that the procurement process was flawed.
Whoa, the procurement process was flawed. Then Andrew, your government have $3 trillion that is unaccounted for? How comes your government have so much procurement processes that have been violated? In 2014 when I was talking, people thought that you were the creme de la creme in following the rules because you know them so well. So how comes your government has been doing worse than the People's National Party? The same things that you have been blasting them about here. Your government has surpassed that in the last 10 years by miles and miles and miles. How comes? Because obviously you knew. Two things I gather from this argument we make here saying, Andrew Holness knows the situation in terms of the high electricity. But what did they do? What did Andrew Holness government do, ladies and gentlemen, when they went into power 2016? They raised up they automatically raised up our light bill by the decision that they made to put GCT on it. So on one end, he was campaigning to you guys that, listen, you guys deserve better. Don't sorry for the Prime Minister. Sorry for your light bill. You know, you not listening. I make sure I make him play, you know. I'm listening, I don't cut him none at all, you know. You not listening. Hey, Mr. This man is one gigantic hypocrite. He is a gigantic hypocrite, ladies and gentlemen.
And that the minister tried to facilitate when he shouldn't have. So I had to ask the Prime Minister, Prime Minister, did you read the Contractor General report? She said, I don't read the Contractor General report. Now, let me say something to all of the sympathizers out there.
Listen to this.
To all the people who believe we must ask questions of the Prime Minister because we sympathize. Sympathize with the light bill.
Yeah, that Jamaica?
But the truth is,
don't sympathize with Andrew. Sympathize with your reality. All I know out there, I know what's going on in the life. I want to stop defending 1 PM and the promise them when make and him not fulfill. Where's the prosperity when promise? Choose Jamaica. This year a phone year. And I want to get so far. Hurricane Melissa come, him should have shown us say, this is what you get for choosing Jamaica. It should be something positive, innit? What have you got in Jamaica? What have you gotten? Bitter blurt not pies, not even medicine that. Bitter pies no not getting. Me I wonder if he listen to himself too. Mr. Somebody call Andrew Holness to come listen to himself now. Somebody call Andrew Holness to come listen to himself. What an arrogant hypocrite.
let me say something to all of the sympathizers out there.
Yes.
To all the people who believe we must ask questions of the Prime Minister because we sympathize.
No, me just tell you a while ago, Freedom. This was 2014 when he did in opposition. 2014 this.
Sympathize with your life. But the truth is, we shouldn't wait for the IEB to follow our own. Our Prime Minister should be the first one to follow our own rules.
Yes.
If that were done, we would be in this position today.
Yes.
Listen. The OCG is not just some other body. It is the authority constituted in law to pronounce upon the integrity of the contracting and procurement process. And if the OCG come from river bottom and tell you, say, here is a problem here, pay attention to it.
So what is Andrew Holness telling you right here? When you hear the experts come out and talk about what is happening, believe them. When you see when the Auditor General come out come talk, believe the Auditor General. When you remember when Auditor General said in Andrew Holness program, social housing program, there was overlappings happening. You remember? One of them program there, and she said there was overlapping. One person I get money how much time in a one day. You remember? Andrew Holness come out and he blasted the Auditor General and said, like him, I said, obviously she don't know what she's talking about. I'm going to find the article. I'm coming back to this. I'm going to find the article. Andrew Holness blast the Auditor General. Andrew Holness has publicly pushed back against Pamela Monroe. In 2025, Prime Minister Holness strongly rejected claims that the Auditor General that the government flagship housing program, the National Housing Program, duplicated functions offered by other state entities. Holness labeled the findings as baseless and unfair. Jamaica, where Andrew Holness just said a while ago. When say, me tell you, say the man is a gigantic hypocrite. Listen to this.
It is the authority constituted in law to pronounce upon the integrity. OCG is not just some other body. It is the authority constituted in law to pronounce upon the integrity of the contracting and procurement process.
Yes.
And if the OCG come from River Bottom and tell you, say, here is a problem here, pay attention to it.
If the Auditor General come from River Bottom and tell us, say, the National Housing Program is duplicating other programs, believe her. But he did not believe her. He said it was baseless and unfair. So on one end, when he was in opposition, he was telling you, the citizens of Jamaica, to believe in the entities that come with reports that make the government look bad. But when it is his government, it is baseless and it is unfair. Got him. Jamaica, you tell him to ramp with me now. Don't ramp with me. I don't ramp with God neither, because God do this. God make me go listen to that video. I had no intention of listening to that video now. One video I go listen to. But that video, I saw electricity in the title. I said, wait a minute, this is interesting. Let me go back and listen to this while I consume my dinner. And I said, my goodness, listen to Andrew. Listen to Andrew Holness. Look at God. Look at God, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom. Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. The man literally tell you, say, believe the organization when they come out and tell you that there's something wrong with what is going on with the government. And when there's an entity that is so experienced like the Auditor General, Pamela Monroe and her team, he comes out and blasts and say it was baseless and what? Baseless and what? Hold on there. I don't want to use no word or any use, you know. Andrew Holness blast the Auditor General. Andrew Holness blast the Auditor General. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to screenshot this too. Yeah, I'm going to screenshot this.
The criticism was that
another video there.
I want to say, Madam Speaker, that
the devil just tricked young Miami with the oldest play in the book. I hate this, because I can tell this woman has a sweet heart. Watch this video. The devil's like, what, you just want success? Psh, I'll give you that.
They think the devil poor, the devil rich. China is deploying an autonomous robot to clean its rivers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to robots, this is you know, off topic. When it comes to robots, these are the type of robots we need. The ones that clean the ocean and clean the rivers. Yeah. These are the type of robots we need. Real talk. These are the types of, and these robots, I think they should be solar powered as well, obviously. So while they working, they battery charging. You heard? Yeah. Self-sustaining. You feel me? That's real talk. Look at that. Cleaning out all the garbage and the dirt and the ugh. All that nasty stuff. Cleaning out of the river. Shout out to China, man. That's what's up. Anyway, moving on. So, Andrew, Andrew, you lied to the people, made commitments that, you know, hey, you're gonna, easy, made commitments that you're gonna bring in these big power plants. From 2015, the man promised him I bring the power plant in Jamaica. Where the power plant then there? Where's the bringing down of your electricity? Boy, I can't believe someone really voting back Andrea, man. Gun attack leaves 1 dead, 2 injured in Kingston Central 1 day ago. Jamaica security experts box Zozo model for TNT. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica is definitely linked to the United States. And I believe all of these things that they're doing, they are one empowered to do so through that partnership. That's my belief, honestly. You see them moving in a certain way. It's kind of like Jamaica is being militarized, low key. You know what's bad about this government is when you look at other countries around the world and you see what they're doing for themselves in advancing their own society, it's like, man, what is our excuses for not following those models? Because it clearly shows the results. And a lot of the times, the places that I'm talking about is not the socio-economic condition of those places is as a result better because of those particular models in their society that they follow. Those legislations, those acts, those practices. But you know, hey man. Let's go back to Andrew. He said something else in that speech, and me can't leave alone. I'm sorry. I have to point this out. This is so sad. Oh, and by the way, let me not delve too much into that speech another time. So here, Andrew Holness talk about nuclear energy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you that these people are still connected and linked. Listen to Andrew.
This is a big challenge. The challenge. To lock in with a license certain changes that will see tangible reductions in electricity and energy costs for households and businesses. Jamaica's energy costs are prohibitive, and we have to tackle it. We must make substantial improvements in it, but we cannot place all our hopes for reduction on a renegotiated license. We must now explore.
So Andrew, how you move from 2015 of a promise of what you're gonna do to get the electricity down to hopes? You're admitting failure for the last 10 years. You promised the people that you would bring in these big entities and equipment and power stations, you know, to bring down electricity. That's what I said pretty much in 2015. The big this and the big that you say you're bringing. Somebody said we must leave Contra alone. George, is your 1 p.m. George? Are you upset about us speaking the truth about the failed commitments and promises of Andrew Holness? Are you upset about that? Are you trying to defend the indefensible? I can play the tape again for you if you don't remember him promising the big power plants. And now this man is talking here so about listen to him.
Meaningful ways, the large-scale deployment of alternative energy sources, and we must prepare ourselves to be able to deploy nuclear technology, because nuclear technology is becoming the de facto clean energy resource. So we have to put ourselves in that position, and it's not going to be long. It's going to be a decade or so, but to be able to deploy that, you have to prepare from now. So we are.
So Andrew, not 10 years ago, you say you're bringing the big power plant them. So what go on? We don't see them all now. Now you tell about 10 years again. The devil is a liar. What me say the devil is? The devil is a liar. By before 2027, man, Jamaica will see a new leader, man. A righteous one for the first time. And that's what does say the Lord. So all who hold on for 1 p.m. I want to tell them to repent, you know. And stop worship the man. Stop worship the failure. And stop making excuses for the failure. Now I'm going to start calling him the failure.
The energy.
Moving on. Mr. What's his name? Leaching. Forward them, General. Jamaica, you know, so Mr. Leaching put out an article here, so. Not an article, him say. CVM TV said Chairman and CEO of Portland Holdings, philanthropist, Michael Leachin says 2 sectors are poised to shape the future: advanced cancer treatment and nuclear energy. Why am I not surprised that Ima Andrew is singing the same tune? This was a day ago. Speaking at the Fairmont, let's chat, Frontenac, Leachin highlighted targeted radionuclide therapy for cancer treatment and nuclear energy as key investment opportunities with significant long-term potential. Leachin described targeted radionuclide therapy as a more humane approach for treating cancer and argued that nuclear energy is only realistic pathway to achieving the net zero emissions by 2050. He contended that shifts in dominant energy sources have historically led to shifts in global economic power and believes the transition away from fossil fuels is already underway. Offering advice to young investors, Leachin encouraged them to find successful role models, follow proven strategies, and fully understand their investment. He said this knowledge gives investors the confidence to withstand market fluctuation. So Mr. Lee Chin, I encourage the people, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead.
The energy sector.
Go ahead. Zane, and invest in that area, those two areas. What did the person say? What person? Veronica said termites not what George said termites not Andrew head. Mighty God. You know, I really feel like him I lose it to chew, you know, I'm not telling no lie. I really feel like he's losing it. The editorial has this to say about Chuck, CCJ, and Sir Shridat. Two statements Delroy Chuck in Parliament last week. Two statements by Delroy Chuck in Parliament last week are in need of clarification and perhaps the respect to second a correction of the record. In his contribution to the sector debate, Mr. Chuck, Legal and Constitutional Affairs Minister, addressed the whole debate over whether Jamaica should leave the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, and if it does, what should be the island's final court. He expressed a preference for Jamaica final court. What is not absolutely certain is on whose behalf Mr. Chuck spoke. Also, it is presumed that when ministers speak in these debates, they carry the imprimatur of their official position and the weight of the collective responsibility of the cabinet, although they also tend to veer constituents issues. In other words, is Mr. Chuck's statement about Jamaica Final Court having been delivered in Parliament now formal government policy? On the question of correcting the record, the matter is in need for fuller and nuanced discussions of the late Shridat Ramphal statement about the Caribbean Court of Justice in the context of Caribbean integrity in the face of Mr. Chuck's implied claim that Sir Shridat saw the court as a kind of Trojan horse towards the relaunch of the West Indies Federation. Jamaica's withdrawal from the Federation in 1962 led to its collapse. Mr. Chuck is clearly intent on reviving and exploiting old emotions. Jamaica is among a handful of former colonies, mostly in the Caribbean, that still send cases to the Privy Council, which is based in London and uses the judges of the UK Supreme Court. Technically, when the JCPC hears a case from Jamaica, it does so as a committee of the advisory body of the British monarch, who under the Jamaica Constitution is the sovereign of the island and its official head of state. In essence, the appeal is a prayer to the sovereign. There is cross-party consensus. 2 years ago, the idea was backed by 6 in 10 Jamaicans that the island dumps the monarchy, become a republic, and repatriate its sovereignty. The political opposition says that simultaneously with this move should be an end to the appeal of the Privy Council, which could not be symbolic closing of the cycle of colonial authority over Jamaica's sovereignty, but real expansion and of justice to the vast majority of the Jamaican with no real prospect of filing case with the JCPC. That logic is unimpeachable. That means, you can't argue that the logic is from the People's National Party. You took too long to respond. It's okay. My bad. You can still tell me still. For a long time, the governing Jamaican Labour Party was in favor. Hold on. I think I missed something. Yeah. The question has been, what, if any, should replace the Privy Council, notwithstanding that over 2 decades ago, Jamaica was party to establishing the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, which in its original jurisdiction interprets the Treaty of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, single market and economy. However, the CCJ also has a civil and criminal arm to which 5 CARICOM members have acceded. For a long time, the governing Jamaica Labour Party was in favor of retaining the JCPC or waffled on the matter. 2 years ago, Prime Minister Holness said in a Morning Lifestyle television interview that our final court should be in Jamaica Final Court rather than CCJ. However, it was never clear that this was formal government policy, and until Mr. Chuck's intervention last week, it was never explicitly declared in Parliament. I don't mind if the final court, appellate court, is in Jamaica and 5 Caribbean judges sit, but it must be in Jamaica Final Court, Mr. Chuck said in a wide-ranging report on his ministerial profile, in which he called on the opposition to relent on linking on the move to Republic and an exit from the JCPC. The opposition support is necessary for the former, given the constitutional requirement that the constitutional amendment to remove the monarch must have 2/3 support in both chambers of the Parliament, followed by referendum. Removal of the JCPC can happen with simple majority in the House and the Senate, but the Privy Council ruled several years ago that replacing it with a court to Jamaica Court of Appeal would require deeply entrenching the new court, requiring 2/3 majority votes. Given the configuration of the Senate, the 2/3 stipulation means that the passage of any bill requiring a special majority needs the vote of at least 1 opposition member. Indeed, an attempt in early 2000 to install the CCJ as Jamaica Final Court founder on this demand. The CCJ has received global accolades for the quality and jurisprudence. It also has 2 other defining elements: its structure for appointing judges with a wide swathe of independent regional institutions represented on its commission, makes it one of the world's most insulated courts. That insulation is reinforced by its financial mechanism, a regional trust fund that was subscribed by Caribbean governments at the court's establishment. In a loosely paraphrasing Sir Shridat, that CCJ is the beginning of the reintegrate the Caribbean, and asking Jamaicans, is that what you want? Mr. Chuck sought to stoke fears by reviving the perceived specter of the Federation, a loss of Jamaica's sovereignty. In calling for deepened collaboration and stronger implementation mechanism by CARICOM, the Sir Shridat chaired the West Indian Commission in its 1962 report on advancing the community said, we are proposing not a surrender of sovereignty, but the pooling of it in certain defining areas for the greater good. The alternative for each of us is not glorious independence, but a slow decline into irrelevance, where our juridical sovereignty becomes an empty shell. So, Delroy Chuck play upon the people of emotion in regards.
We're right on that.
Yeah, him play upon the people of emotion in regards to this particular situation. On one end, and you see, if you notice the JLP, they don't have a firm stance on certain things, you know. How you doing, Empress Norma? How they do it to you? He doesn't have a firm stance on certain things, you know. So whoa, he doesn't have a firm stance on certain things. You know, the JLP, they don't. So what they do, they try to remain in the gray area. So now that the People's National Party has made their position clear, now they what me call it now? It's like an old argument and then refurbish the old argument. Right? Then refurbish them old stance by not having a true stance. So them remix it. Oh, the court should be in Jamaica. And our sovereignty. What sovereignty? What sovereignty? Jamaica is pretty much a colony of the United States. The way the United States and deal with you know. What sovereignty? Where? That this facade of an idea about sovereignty will soon be exposed, you know. Where is the sovereignty, Jamaica? Can somebody point it out to me? When Andrew Holness have bent over backwards for the United States and twerking. Jamaica is not sovereign. If Jamaica was sovereign, it wouldn't have sent back the Cuban doctor them. Jamaica is not sovereign. Sovereign where? You know what sovereignty means? Sovereignty and independence is intertwined, you know. Jamaica don't have energy independence. Where does most of our money come from in revenue? Tourism. Where does most of the tourists come from? The United States and Canada. Especially the United States. Now we see a water crisis occurring. Well, it's manufactured as far as I'm concerned. We see a manufactured water crisis occurring in Jamaica. There's countries around the world that have real water crisis, right? And they have done things to still be self-sustaining. Using technology, being smart, having the right policies, conservative methods to make sure that their country has access to water, clean, running water coming through their pipes. Jamaica is the land of food and water. We shouldn't even have no water crisis, you know? And I'm moving away from the whole, you know, judge, you know, CCJ. Moving away from that now. But this water crisis in Jamaica, I don't know why the people just accept everything. Everything one just accept, sir. The other day, I see Shaka calling Bell, calling program. Upset, and Shaka is a man traveling. And Shaka was more upset about the rising of the fuel prices, the diesel, more than the Jamaican people. Nobody no come out. Carol Wagwan. Nobody no come out come protest. Not even a nice, not even one roar. Roar. Not even that. Only just take it. Elijah, they are so simple-minded, brother. When the apostle said, boy, the screws is being tightened, the apostle never tell no lie. Hey, 2027, you know. At the date, you know, we're marking, you know. But for suffer under this government for another year and a half. May I tell you, potentially another year and a half, because the change can happen this year or it can happen next year. But if you suffer under this government for another year and a half, may I tell you, it a go rough. It a go rough. And when we say suffer, we not exaggerate. Because listen, if you're in a country and you cannot grow your potential, you cannot grow, you cannot expand your business, if you're merely surviving and not thriving, then your government is failing. Can we all agree? If you agree, put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a government running the country for 10 years and you cannot grow, your country is not growing. Hey Joy, Mama San, big up, Spring, big up. If you are there and your country is not growing, you know, just a survive. And now your survival is being tested by even harsher conditions. With these oil prices and gas prices going up, inflation high. Now they're going to blame the war, you know. But we still have to blame the government. Why we have to blame the government? Because of something called the edge tax that they're still collecting, but they're not using it for its right purpose. The government does not invest in the mass of the people in Jamaica. They invest in their friends and their family members and themselves. This government, the JLP government, this JLP government does that. I have a video out on Bolo VNR clips and Bolo VNR 2.0 with Mystic Sensation. Mystic Sensation was going over the achievements of the different leaders of the People's National Party. Dr. Oren Cole was asking me to get that document. I'm going to ask Mystic Sensation to email it to me so I can go over it myself. But a part of that conversation that he had, ladies and gentlemen, there was a point under Norman Manley's tenure, I believe, he said that there was an average growth in the economy of 6%. And there was 1 year, a record year, when it went to 14.1% economic growth, you know. And this government is struggling with 1.8% and talking about their fiscally prudent and fiscally disciplined. You know we have to talk about the bottom line, right? Because the bottom line is this government does not invest in the people. The mass of the people they don't invest in. Look at the program they had the other day, targeting 20,000 people. How much did it actually reach? How much money went back to pay debt consolidation? Mighty God of Daniel. I don't think 7,000 persons got help out of the 20,000. Sorry, my bad. I don't think it's 20. I think you're supposed to get $20,000. Hold on. Let me go back and look on that. What that program the name again, Jamaica? What is the name of the government program that gives you $20,000 to individuals? Let me see. The Solidarity Program. It was 50,000 vulnerable persons. I know I said something wrong, you know. So it was $20,000. I don't think 7,000 people get help out of 50,000. How is that acceptable? How do you guys accept that? Isn't that a failure? If my target is 50,000 and I only reach 6,000-7,000 people, that's a massive failure. There's no excuses for that level of failure. It says then that the actual drafting of that program and the number that was set was you guys were misinformed. You were not led by proper data. Obviously. So them have poor planning, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe they did it on purpose because it sounded so good because election was around the corner. And I've said this before, there needs to be a policy that government cannot issue out any programs 6 months before or a year before an election is coming. There should be no new programs. No new programs involving giving out money. Right? And I think it will help to maintain the integrity of our democracy. Because that's a way to buy votes. What do you guys think about that? This grand, 50,000 people will get the help, 20,000. Look at what the government is doing. Months, 2-3 months down the line, election. Yeah, man, there has to be some policy to end that, man. 1 year, after 1 year, 1 year close to the election. And that's why we need fixed election too. Right? There should be a month set where for sure this month of this year is when the election is going to be held. The date, not so much. The actual day in the month, not so much. The man or the woman, whoever the leader is, can decide which actual date of that month. But the month should be established. Fixed election, Anissa, may I tell you? And then no new government programs between that year period. Especially when it has to do with allocating money to people directly. Yeah, but you heard what he said? You heard what he said when he was in the debate the other day? I was listening back to the debate, Anissa. That question was brought to him, the 100-day promise. And he said that, you know, the person was misinformed because he had established that it went against the Constitution. How convenient that he should use that as an excuse. The needs went against the Constitution. So the emergency powers that he was using went against the Constitution. The abuse of the emergency powers went against the Constitution. So how comes he observes the Constitution when he's supposed to fulfill a promise that he made? But when he wants to make his power moves and has his agenda, you know, violating the Constitution is his first nature. And he dragged out the election of 2025 to the last minute, to the point where Dayton Campbell predicted the date. And you see this September 3rd something, Trina Cashpot are dead. The death order, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the man and woman of God were right. Why the 3rd of September? Why the 3rd? Every time you keep an election is the 3rd. You guys don't find that very strange? Well, spiritually it has significance. They know what they're doing. Your sons and daughters, all of you that put the ink and vote for Andrew, you have damned yourself and your family, whether you want to believe it or not. With all of the warnings that you got, you ignored them. So if certain things was to befall you, you can't blame nobody else but yourself, you know. Who you gonna blame? Somebody please tell me who them are gonna blame. Who them are gonna blame now?
How are the Brazilian people in there? Uno blame, uno. Yo, Morocco. Thank God for Morocco. Morocco said we fertilize and never Brazil. Big up Morocco. Morocco, why you slapping 3 more?
God have mercy. He come like he really want the Brazilian people to start rushing. I now follow up them football business, yeah. But I buck up in that video there. Me have to remind Andrew of this, you know. Me have to remind Andrew of this. Zane, me no want them forget. I want when Andrew asleep and think about this. Somebody call Andrew Holness there for me. Somebody tag Andrew. Tag the Prime Minister there. Oh. You want to tag him? Tell me you want to tag him. And tag all our labor right them too. You want to text on the labor right friend. I want to listen to this. You want to text them? Sharon Wagwan. The truth is not an offense. And it's not a sin. Not true. Talk truth no man. People. I say I want to text on the labor right friend them. I want the labor right neighbor them. Tell them to listen to this.
Not if Jamaica is the change, because we know Jamaica has been changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points.
Yes.
One of them, finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister.
Yes.
And it might seem like a pipe dream. I'm smiling because those of us who are able to see in the realm of the spirit, we have some interesting developments coming this year.
Yes.
That will trigger changes politically.
Yes.
Which will take many by surprise, because there are those who think that they are around forever and they can stay as long as they want.
Yes.
We shall see what we shall see.
Desmond Mackenzie will come and talk about say eventually when PMP get power 2040. Coupon you too. Don't make the devil fool you. That catch you by surprise here. Or some of them labor right people here. We die-hearted and just support evil. I know some of them support evil. I don't know. Some of them, you know, I not say that. But the prophet said, you now go pretty pound, you know. Somehow not go perish, brother. Somehow not go perish because of the not repent. Rough. Yes, him said 2040. Desmond Mackenzie in a parliament or the end debate said 2040, but eventually at some point in 2040 when PMP get power back again, you know. Hey, the garbage problem are still there. But Jamaica, how hilariously sad. He's admitting that he will be in power and there will still be a garbage problem with Theme Party in power up until 2040. What can go so? The man is telling you he's about to fail before he fails. The man is telling you about the future failures of the Jamaica Labour Party. How many people caught that? When I heard him say that, I said, what? So you're admitting failure up until 2040? Your government is going to be in power and Jamaica is going to look like a trash bucket. Ain't that something? That should concern everybody. In 2040, we will still have a garbage problem under the Jamaica Labour Party. If the PMP does not hold hands with the Jamaica Labour Party, according to Desmond Mackenzie. Make it make sense, Jamaica. But this is what you voted for. In Anissa, and this is no vote for now. A government that can come and put it on record on the Hansard in Parliament for the world to hear that if the People's National Party does not hold hand in solidarity with the Jamaica Labour Party, this government that is so capable, in 2040 they will be in power still. and there will be a garbage problem. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. And listen, when it's 2040, 14 years from now, you're admitting failure up to 14 years in the future, bro.
That's all I'm going to say. We shall see what we shall see. So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways, not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica. I'm going to say it one more time. God will use external interference in the affairs of Jamaica in order to set things right. Since we have leaders who think nobody like them, and they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices, we have a system of election where persons are to be duly elected, and they corrupt the system.
Aye.
So what God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. What can you see?
Yes.
External intervention in addition to continued disasters of different types. So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways, not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica.
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time. God will...
Jamaica, when you see the outside entity, whoever they are, the United States, China, whoever, when you see outside entity pounds down upon Jamaica, bloom. And you see politician in a handcuff. And you see police in a high ranking in a handcuff, and other members of society in a handcuff. Don't be surprised. The apostle, the prophet, they tell you what is going to happen by or before 2027. Keep a sharp eye open, ladies and gentlemen. Uno look, God on a move. Me say uno look. Can't say me nah stop playing the clip here. No? Uno can't say uno never did hear, no. So when uno see it happen, uno can't say nothing but thank you God. Because I God at work. And nobody. Don't say, if a USA do it, don't say thank you Donald Trump, say thank you God. Not Donald Trump. Not none of them. Big up yourself, God is good. You hear me say? When you see some of them are get forced to resign, like what happened to such man Bruce Colin, don't surprise. You hear me say? Don't surprise. Me nah stop playing Mama Son. You labor them have to hear this man. The truth shall set you free. You hear what the man say about election? We have an election system where the man then corrupt. A thief them thief. Man, I gotta tell you that. Let me play it again. Let me play it again. Listen.
So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways,
yes,
not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica.
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time. God will use external interference in the affairs of Jamaica,
yes,
in order to set things right.
Yes.
Since we have leaders who think nobody like them.
My God.
And they have put themselves in power.
Yes.
Through corrupt practices. We have a system of election, yes, where persons are to be duly elected.
Duly elected.
And they corrupt the system.
We have an election process where they corrupt the system to win the election, Jamaica, and thief the election. And that's how thus saith the Lord.
What God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. Watch and you will see. external intervention in addition to continued disasters of different types. So we shall see what we shall see. This is where...
So, Andrew Holness now get no ease up in government. Listen, we're going to play the next video where I'm talking about Pyrrhic victory. Come on, I don't feel like say me I said this, you know. And me I said this, you know. The victory Andrew Holness get was a Pyrrhic victory. It better if he never did win. It better if he never did win. His brief tenure will be tenuous and painful. Andrew Holness' third term is going to be short, ladies and gentlemen. And I say so. So you can mark that down. Hey, remember me did tell you last year, you know, when I do my live stream, you know, when the election I do. Right? Let me just delete that person from my page because I mean, I'm not back and forth, but hold on, I'm not delete. What you say? So you're PMP and you never know them thief election, polling office are closed before time. Oh, that you say, you're lucky in a Zaza. I nearly black you, you know. Good thing some read a message good. Now listen to me. It's one thing for me, believe, say them thief the election. Based off of something when me see. It's another thing when you hear from the man of God. And I know one man of God talk about it. Mark Stewart talk about it. Right after the election, if you don't watch Mark Stewart live stream what him do, the man said, didn't I tell you guys? I'm going to play something phone the other day. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to go on my page on TikTok. This is where Pastor Peter Chambers did say before the election. For sure, you said the man and
I want the president people in there.
Hold on. For sure, you said the man and thief the election. Listen to the warning where Pastor Peter Chambers when I give the PMP before the election. He warned them about the electoral office, you know, and what they must do. And if them don't do it, you know it go. See that? TikTok, I want to remind you of something that Pastor Peter Chambers said before September 3rd. That I don't think a lot of you guys paid attention to.
Yes.
You know, especially the ones, the hungry belly liberals, them that is in the comment section. After, you know, the fake results of the election that came out. Oh, you know, this is how you guys didn't celebrate, but that's a whole other story. Listen to what he said the PMP needs to do. Listen to this.
Yes.
Good morning, one and all. This is your apostle, Elijah, Peter Chambers, once more with a pounding word. Hallelujah. A harsh one and also an intriguing one. And my topic today, my story, put behind bars for speaking.
Thus said the Lord.
And our theme, born to it. Hallelujah. The Lord reveals to me if the PMP is going to win the general election, they must find a legislation to remove the EOJ out of the Prime Minister's office before the election, because we've seen the local government and it was...
So Jamaica, that is a clear... So when you hear that, the EOJ is compromised, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the PMP couldn't get to do that because them only have 14 seat. You think say they wanna go call a change for the EOJ be, you know, independent, and the government was going to do that. Remember say Everald Warmington say gerrymandering, you know. Remember say Everald Warmington say gerrymandering, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Remember say the government still a try use the gerrymandering style, you know, for displace people and put them in a certain place, and you know, because them a look for the numbers of how they can take certain part of St. Elizabeth. You know see what go on? Gerrymandering and what they call gentrification. You will see it happen under Nara. That's my prediction. You're going to see gerrymandering and gentrification happen under Nara. That's my belief. But the pastor did want them, say the hungry PMP are going to win. I have them fix that. So, when you look at where Pastor Peter Chambers say, and you look at where Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth say, and look at where Mark Stewart say, it is quite clear, ladies and gentlemen, that Andrew Holness have everything locked. That's why they can come and make statements say, we will never surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party, because in a them circle, them know we own Jamaica. We run this. We have everything locked. Read between the lines now, Arville, Empress Nama, Anissa. Read between the lines now, Sassidi. They are telling you without telling you. So they have Jamaica locked. You remember when Andrew Holness said, we can turn it up and turn it down anytime I want. But Andrew get a surprise. At the hardest fought thief in this time doing it. This was the hardest fought thief in they ever do. Because Mark Golding, the true train of victory, was right upon them blurred north heels. Remember say Andrew no winning seat, you know. And if that have got privy council for to find out, you're not going to say. Say Andrew never winning seat. Be a violation. Peer violation in an Andrew Holness seat. That have rerun and free and fair elections must happen. And I believe that is one of the Trojan horses of change for the prophecy of 2026, 2027. A brand new leader. For the first time, we're going to see a righteous leader in this country. For the very first time, ladies and gentlemen. For the very first time. The prophets were right. The prophets were correct. Prophet, they never tell you no lie. Only just never when I listen. Some only need to listen. Only need to listen all I message them and only listen some. Mark Stewart, the one boy that's up there too, you know. Oh, Andrew have everything. You know, the man I tell you, say the man have altar set all over the island. All the food them wanna take from Andrew, all of the money wanna take, and the shirt them wanna take. You see all the woman who never shake Andrew hand? Lady, you are wise beyond your age. You are wise beyond your age. Yeah, man, Crawford. You hear what Pastor Peter Chambers say? When you go shake Andrew hand? See, come on, I got here. Don't make them with you, my general. When I talk with water in our mouth. Because we are listening to men and women of God. Don't say, me, this shaking and business, I'm very, very reluctant. And I just Andrew and me not shake right now. I'm very, very reluctant. One time you used to love organist. No. No. People in all type of people in all type of things. No spiritual transfer. Thank you very much. No spiritual transfer, ladies and gentlemen. The people in some heavy witchcraft. You know, you hear the man talk about maroon powers, Egyptian powers. You know, you hear Pastor Peter Chambers and Mark Stewart talk about it. Maroon powers, Egyptian powers, all them something there. The dark, what you call it, the reptilian spirit. Yo, me say, me no want nobody shake me hand. Especially government official, me good. Especially on the JLP side. I mean, no say none of them alone involved in this and either. You have some sprinkles over at PMP were involved in that things too. But God soon exposed all of them. Jamaica have to clean up. Jamaica have to clean up. We can't go on like this. And that's why God do Sodom and Gomorrah. We don't want Jamaica totally destroyed and the local land gone and none of we not there again. Totally wipe off our face and earth. Amount of warning we get and we still not listen. And they are ramp with God as a country. What's up, Shireen? Sheena Wagwan. And this government heavily involved in a witchcraft. And then show you them bag of table with them bag of kangle and food pan and so. Mark Stewart say if you ever see where they under the table, Jamaica. If you know they have spiritual eyes, and you could have see where they under the table. You would have nightmare. How? Eh? You would have nightmares, my people. Nightmares. So nobody feel like a dopey story me I tell you now out of one book. Only if you go listen to the man, the men and women of God. Me play one tape with a young lady. She named our page on YouTube is what you go again? Jesus Kingdom. Hold on, I have a number so. She just send me a link. Let me find her. She just come up in my spirit a while ago. I play one tape with her. Alright, see her here? Play one tape with her. I call her too. Let me tell you, bro, anybody go to Israel, go pray to the wall, is evil and pray to mighty God. People mark Andrew after that, you know. When they go see him put on, sit down and go and pray for the wall, you know. They mark him for true, man. I hold up people me and talk about that. Oh, she not answer her phone. Because she asleep. Or she doing a prayer. Thank you, Anissa. Anissa send me the video. I want to play that video phone from Mr. Andre Harton. I'm going to tell her once, no matter what Andre Harton, nobody can tell me nothing about Andre Harton. Earl, big up yourself, Earl. Babsy having church service by the river, reviving marine spirit. Mighty God. Some of the things that when them are blatant, you know, just people are going to actually don't want to see, you know.
Everyone, hope you're having a great morning. I'm headed on the road, but I decided that I have to make this video to talk to you about taxes and government spending. Now, when we have a problem in the country or want to get something done, each individual cannot do it on their own. So what happens is we pool our funds together in the form of taxes and give this to the government so that they may spend it collectively on our behalf. So take electricity for example. Jamaica has one of the highest electricity per kilowatt hour in the world. Among the Caribbean, we are ranked the highest. I think our electricity per kilowatt hour is something like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, benchmark is that we want to bring this down to 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Right, so we pay the electricity tax so the government can use the taxes to build hydroelectric dams, to build windmills, to do whatever they can, solar generating plant, anything, so that they may bring down the cost of electricity to the country so that we can increase manufacturing, improve how we distribute water, increase other industries and how cheap costs are for them. But what the government has done, they made a promise in 2016, Andrew Holness, that he's going to build more efficient electricity production plant, etc., etc., etc. Now come 2024, 8 years later, they have not done so. And what are they doing? Saying that the tax that we gave them to build these plants to make electricity cheaper for us, they are going to give us back the tax because they don't know what to do with it. Now you tell me, in a country like Jamaica, where the infrastructure is so poor, right, because we pay taxes to ensure that we have the best infrastructure, the best roads to drive on, the best hospitals, the best schools, and other government-related expenses that we cannot do on our own. And the government now is telling us that they won't be able to deliver this cheaper electricity because they have not built any infrastructure. But here, take back the tax. Vote for us, take back the tax. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. And people are talking about politics. Hey, listen up. Have sense. Have sense. It no matter how poor you are or how uneducated you are, have sense.
Oh my God, no.
That's the message today. Have a
Yo,
wonderful
hey,
day.
listen, man. Isabel Rose, hey, full credit to you for bringing this tape back up. We have to go over that tape. Yo, no, when the lab rat then, I'm telling you, we share the live, you know. If you don't want to save or help save somebody political soul, tell them to come over here so right now. If you don't want to save them political mind, tell them to come over here so right now. If they are lost with the charm of Holness and all of them lyrics, tell them to come over here so right now. Maybe this word from the good, it should be MP, you know, man, but we all know what happened, man. Big up Andre Hart, man. Let's play it again, man. And Isabel Rose, thank you so much for sharing this, man. Thank you so much for sharing this. Mighty God.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I hope you're having a great morning. I'm headed on the road, but I decided that I have to make this video to talk to you about taxes and government spending.
Yes.
Now, when we have a problem in the country or want to get something done,
yes,
each individual cannot do it on their own.
No.
So what happens, we pool our funds together in the form of taxes and give this to the government so that they may spend it collectively on our behalf. So take electricity, for example. Jamaica has one of the highest electricity per kilowatt hour in the world. Among the Caribbean, we are ranked the highest. I think our electricity per kilowatt hour is something like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, benchmark is that we want to bring this down to 10 cents per kilowatt hour, right? So we pay the electricity tax so the government can use the taxes to build hydroelectric dams, to build windmills, to do whatever they can, solar generating plant, anything, so that they may bring down the cost of electricity to the country so that we can increase manufacturing, improve how we distribute water, increase other industries and how cheap costs are for them. But what the government has done, they made up...
Pause. Jamaica, when you hear all of the sensible things them, what the government can do, with the tax them, forget to electricity down. So there's no excuses, you know. These are tangible means and ways to get the... This is the same thing when Andrew was talking about in his speech about electricity, you know. 10 years ago in promise, from 2015, 11 years ago. Right? In promise the people them, we're going to get the big plants and we're going to bring down your light bill. Jamaica, has your light bill risen or has it gone down? That's a rhetorical question. Will light bill skyrocket at the highest in the Caribbean? It is the highest currently. All of the things that Dr. Andre Harton just said a while ago, we're going to play it back. Listen what you can do to bring down the light bill using our taxes where we pay every day. Listen.
I think our electricity per kilowatt hour is something like 30 cents per kilowatt hour.
30 cents per kilowatt hour. And this was 2024, I believe, or 2025. Hold on. What was our electricity in 2014 per kilowatt hour? All right. Electricity, yeah. What was our electricity rate in 2013 in Jamaica? Resident electricity, what? Customer energy charges. First 100 kilowatt, $6.8. $38.4 Jamaican dollar per kilowatt. Let me go back.
So take electricity for example. Jamaica has one of the highest electricity per kilowatt hour in the world. Among the Caribbean, we are ranked the highest. I think our electricity per kilowatt hour is something like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, benchmark is that we want to bring
30 cents per kilowatt hour. What is the electricity rate for Jamaica in 2020? $18 per kilowatt hour. 18 cents. So from then time later raise then. That's it. That's 2020. Alright, let me see if I can be more specific. More obviously, I want to see how much it costs per year. $2012 to 2024. See if I can find that. It was between 25 cents to US 40 cents between that time. Rates began to trend downward after peaks in 2012 and 2014 as government focused on energy diversion and bringing in more efficient power producers. So there was an effort to bring it down under Mama P. That would have been problematic because of the state of the economy too. But them still wanna look a bit of work still. So Andrew Holness basically used that against. He said by March 2021, the average residential household were paying roughly US 30 US 307 kilowatt per hour. 0.307 kilowatt per hour. And then now in 2022, 2023, it was at 35 cents. Wow. There has been a high fluctuation of this rate. So it's been in the 30s. Still the highest. Let's go back and hear where I say, because I want to get context, that's why I'm going to check in on people.
I think our electricity per kilowatt hour is something like 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, benchmark is that we want to bring this down to 10 cents per kilowatt hour, right? So we pay the electricity tax so the government can use the taxes to build hydroelectric dams, to build windmills, to do whatever they can, solar generating plant, anything, so that they may bring down the cost of electricity to the country. So
solar plants, windmill, all these things can be used. Moment, this is unacceptable. Why you can't catch her? Eh? I'm going to help you.
We can increase manufacturing in food, how we distribute water, increase other industries and how cheap costs are for them. But what the government has done, they made a promise in 2016, Andrew Holness, that he's going to build more efficient electricity production plant, etc., etc., etc. Now come 2024, 8 years later, they have not done so. And what are they doing? Saying that the tax that we gave them to build these plants to make electricity cheaper for us, they are going to give us back the tax because they don't know what to do with it. Now you tell me, in a country like Jamaica, where the infrastructure is so poor, right? Because we pay taxes to ensure that we have the best infrastructure, the best roads to drive on, the best hospitals, the best schools, and other government-related expenses that we cannot do on our own. And the government now is telling us that they won't be able to deliver this cheaper electricity because they have not built any infrastructure. But here, take back the tax. Vote for us, take back the tax. I don't know what to say.
Jamaica, I no vote back for them. The ones them that did. The ones them that did. If you never vote for him, me not talk to him. I talk to specifically the people them who vote back for Andrew. The man them telling us, say, we have failed you. 2016, I promised you, hey, listen, man, you're going to have these power plants, electricity is going to be down. He even projected what the PMP would say 2-3 years down the line, and it would take them about 4 or 5 years to do it. Well, I can't do math so good, but 2016 to 2026, I think that's over 5 years. And none of what he said he would do, he hasn't done. But you guys fell for the ones that voted for Andrew. I'm speaking to you specifically. You guys that voted for Andrew in the last election. On the light bill stay. I know. Some of them people that vote for Andrew, you know, say, some of them are thief light, you know. And that's why we no business. Because we live in a certain area where thieving light, you can't get away with it. So we no business. Right? We no business with light bill because we not pay light. And so, I mean, some of my politicians them and some of my big man them we have business to not pay no light and not pay no water. Jamaica corrupt. Jamaica corrupt bad. So I'm not even just the regular people them vote. Some of the businessmen them too. Uno not pay no light and uno not pay no water. Huh? And that them call prosperity, where them can't escape certain bill. And we, the Jamaican people, we're hard working. And you know, somebody the other day had the audacity to say me no work. And me a thief. And that the person that vote for Andrew, you know. That the person that vote for Andrew, you know. Say me no work and me a thief. Mighty God. My work is right here. You can see it. The hours and hours I spend. Hardly get no sleep. It's a different type of work, but it's work nonetheless. Me have 4 platforms. 1, 2, 3. The other one me not use today. Plus me have TikTok. Huh? Right? Me used to do all different type of work. Hospitality, security. Me always a work hard at school. Imagine somebody can look at me and say me a thief. But what kind of thief me be that me not even want no great amount of things? Where the result of the thief in there? I'm not a thief, me I want poor thief. Mighty God. I thought it was hilarious coming from that individual. We vote for Andrew. I was like, you are telling me that? You. And look who you vote for. Look who you support. Somebody will not even believe in a God. Or you fi insult me. People, I'm telling you something. When I have to look where who attack you, man. You understand? You can't be insulted by somebody like that. You don't believe in a God and you support Andrew. Or you fi insult me. A man that cannot explain in wealth. Uncertified. The man a support an uncertified creature. Somebody who can't explain in wealth. But he might call me one thief. Sad. But back to Mr. Andre Harton.
Not do on our own. And the government in a country like Jamaica, where the infrastructure is so poor, right? Because we pay taxes to ensure that we have the best infrastructure, the best roads to drive on, the best hospitals.
And listen to the point to him I make. There's so much things to use the money for. But election they're on the corner and them take the $20,000 go now. And tell them to say, you know, when I really have no other use for the money. Yeah, man, have some money, man. They were buying votes, ladies and gentlemen, while telling you they have failed you to make you have good prices for your electricity bill, cheaper prices for your electricity, to bring down the cost. They literally said, yo, see 120 grand, help pay your light bill. They couldn't find no better use for the money, you know. See $120,000, help pay your light bill. And you guys that voted for Andrew Holness, you fell for it. That to you was something wise and prudent and the government is caring. But they were telling you that they have failed and they're failing. This is why Andrew Holness like dunce people, you know. Him rather keep on the dunce. I only can't take it. Hey, listen. Vex if you don't want to vex. The truth is just the truth. The man like dunce people. Only easy to manipulate. Only fully dunce. Make the man trick on the world and go on the $20,000 through program this and program that and tax relief this and tax relief that. Only fully dunce, man. And I've got to explain to them one day why I want to do so dunce and why I want to put them in this position now. Or you can repent and ask God for help. But if you don't continue to support Andrew, I'm telling you, you pick me a resent to you know. You pick them a resent to no man.
The best schools and other government-related expenses that we cannot do on our own. And the government now is telling us that they won't be able to deliver this cheaper electricity because they have not built any infrastructure. But here, take back the tax.
Take back the money.
Vote for us, take back the tax. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. And people are talking about politics. Hey, listen up. Have sense. Have sense.
Yo.
No matter how poor you are or how uneducated you are, have sense. And that's the message today. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Yo, me really appreciate that video. I may have to repost this. I'm gonna make sure some edit it and put it on my YouTube and my TikTok. Have sense, man. Have sense. Have sense. Claudia to go on. Have sense. Man, then take the tax dollars they're supposed to use for putting proper infrastructure to carry down your light bill. And the man then say, yo, what go on? We're not building infrastructure, you know. See tax your back. But them not going to, them not giving no NHT partner draft for go build one house for yourself. You for absence, no? No, you for absence. Absence. Mighty God. Absence. What an important message. Absence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know somebody send myself something. Somebody sent me this. Morning, Bolo. I was just watching your video recapping Dre Bryan discussing recent issues with JPS and the island power outage. I previously heard there was a diesel shortage in Jamaica. Jamaica, this is hearsay. This is unconfirmed reports. As somebody sent me this is all allegation. Listen what the person said to me. The person said, I previously heard there was a diesel shortage in Jamaica, but was told the JPS is usually given priority access to fuel supplies before the rest of the country. Because of that, I initially doubted that the island outage on Friday was caused by JPS running short of fuel. Now this is a whole nother argument surrounding why they lost power June 5th. However, after observing a series of outages over the past week, remember say some place still forever rich big up. Remember say some place still did have outages, and you know it was just terrible and unacceptable and people was cursing about it. Right. Him say, however, after observing a series of outages over the past few weeks, I am beginning to question the official explanation that the problem caused solely by lightning striking the power facilities, because there were several outages. A power outage in that area of Kingston on May 30 from about 8 a.m. to 12 noon. The island outage the following Friday. So the man give the whole outage them, you know. So there was an outage on May 30th, right? 8 a.m. to 12 noon. I never know about that. For the people who are living in Kingston, do you guys remember having a power outage May 30th? Just before the ship forward, or same day when the ship's supposed to forward. There was a power outage in the Kingston area May 30th. From about 8 a.m. to 12 noon. All that. I follow that? Okay. So that was, and then they said the island outage followed the Friday. Additional outages affected parts of Kingston and St. Andrew on Saturday night from 9 p.m. to midnight. Another outage on Tuesday from approximately 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Given the frequency and pattern of these outages, I suspect there may be a deeper issue affecting the electricity system. I am wondering whether JPS may be facing fuel supply shortages and could be engaging in load shedding, intentionally rotating power outages in different areas to manage limited generating capacity. I also heard reports that the schedule of planned outages may be in effect for the coming days. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Wednesday that the individual sent me that message. So I don't know. I am asking the question, because we still have electricity, you know. Is there a fuel shortage of diesel? And is that the reason why they raised the prices of diesel? Thinking about it now, ladies and gentlemen, could it be that there's some truth to this? And this is partially one of the reasons why we're having multiple outages. Two things can be true at the same time, you know. The Friday outage, the all island wide outage could be a reason of, you know, what people think it is. And then the other outages could be, are we having a fuel crisis? A fuel shortage where diesel is concerned? And is that the reason why they put the prices up on diesel? Because when you have a shortage, you know, the price of the diesel you have is going to go up automatically. So one thing appears to coincide or correlate with the other. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. I'm not saying that that is what is happening, you know. Please, let me be clear and cogent. Let me be pellucid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is in the realm of possibility that this could be what is happening. I am asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. Could it be that we really have a fuel shortage crisis? And then when I go back to what Mr. Vaz said, you remember when he came out and said that you guys have to go stop drive up and down so much and stop go up on the road so much? Was Daryl Vaz telling us something? Was Daryl Vaz trying to hint to us about something? Hey, mommy, you remember when Daryl Vaz said the people let me stop driving up and down so much and turn of the yard and stop using so much fuel unnecessarily? Could it be that they have a fuel shortage and he didn't want to come out right and tell us, ladies and gentlemen? Could it be? Could it be that the war in Iran and all of that is affecting Jamaica more than we could possibly imagine? Could it be? Mommy says she don't think so. I think it's a legitimate question, given what this young man sent me. And this person works in the corporate field. You understand? So basically he's hearing rumors and hears said that there's some fuel shortage happening. Somebody's Earl say I lie them and tell no fuel shortage. Alright, Earl. Putting the question to you guys. You know, I don't have any facts on it, so you know. Yeah. Anyway, let me move on. Let me move on.
As people are taking pain, you know. What they have done to a lot of fun.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Everybody. Renegade is here. The renegade is here. The man, the renegade there. The man not afraid. Man, not a good on this. Keep good on this one, you know, top line. Alright, we come to deal with some issue. We see when we return, Faith Williams came out and she admitted, said, you know, 100,000 is a threshold where them can take away your money. Well, the other night, I sat looking to tell you, it's here. Them take away 8,000 from the man. And then she explained, but yes, to me, this is something coming and run out. One the liar, it's a liar and sister. You know, we all know what I'm the liar, and I say, well, she and nobody and 100,000 and 10,000. But then you could dance to yourself, even a little dance back.
Yes, you have this girl with the on the girl on TikTok where I love run off her mouth. Like so she intelligent. They look a lab rat. This how she feel now?
Flavor, when we returned, came out and she said exact the thing but the lady said. And it's there in the lab. And she tell her why they put in the lab.
That's why I'm gonna pay them no mind. You know? If they ever call my name, me act like say they don't exist. I don't see them. I'm a waste of space. I'm a waste of time on the internet. You don't know? I be a foolishness, then come chat on the internet. I'm going like say them have sense. And them intelligent. And them know it all. Be a foolishness. Boy, mums me not tell no lies still, you know. That the trap there for be a one-time use trap, you know. Yeah, I'm going to throw it, man. One time use. Before when I done that, so I'm going to throw it away. There's not no sense my side. I joke at them.
It's stupid. Stupid.
Foolishness.
Yes, that's stupid. So she'll tell somebody they can come on 10,000 bucks. Them started, them put after you. This is how them go put in the lab. 100,000 Jamaica. Yeah. So if you have 100,000, 200,000, anybody there from 100,000. Below that. But you know, them can't take it. Them you know even have to take it, but them can't suspect you. You have 5 grand. And you know, be clear it. And them just feel such a me feel vindictive, and I just feel them can't take it, them can't take it. And then you have to prove it. You come with 2 and you come with $650, they can take it. And it's in the law. Yeah? Yeah man, we have the battery. Yeah man. We have said, yeah man, you just have to cook and listen. Alright? And next thing too, me see the guy, the Mia guy from Mobile. Once money cancer stupid and TVJ. Oh, when I make him drive on the road, I want to run, I'm going to stop with the PR thing, man. You know where you're going to your park, right? And you let us take the little ticket and thing. You know, he must say, Mobile turn smart city because it's an automated parking that. Me, I tell you, that's not an automated parking. And that make Mobile a smart city. TVJ, you don't waste, you send people go down there so and cover this. That's the news ready. That is bullshit. Never show you what the automated parking look like and how it operates. You know, we have automated car wash. So when you go there, you pay. Nobody wants to put the ticket. When you do, you put the car in a neutral. Then they take it away from you. You just set it and you know to take it, everything where you wash the car, do everything, eat and undercarriage, and then they put you over.
Yo!
You can't turn back your car and drive. If it's an automated car park, yeah, you don't just carry it and just come out of your car and that take it and go park it here and drive back when you come back. That's not an automated car park. And that's not no smart city. Stop treat the people. So down, so no time for to stop this. Stop the bullshit. You have a big up yourself. See? I'm not that better up. I'm time for them to stop the bullshit. Lisa, bless her. You know?
Guns, the guns are out. Guns, the guns are out.
So Jamaica, while you can't get a hospital bed, Christopher Tufton is living the life, enjoying himself. No care in the world. You hear that? No care in the world. I'm living my best life. Can't go back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. Can't go back and forth with you niggas. Your man in Ben Spunani. I'm living my best life. $85 million gone down a drain. But we now have AC in our hospital, a KPH. But he's living his best life. See that? Living his best life, Jamaica. Yeah, man. Big up London 45. Ever expose them? Ever expose them? I true me not follow them social media, you know. Because if me follow them social media, me I tell you say, boy, yo, I might have go off even more, my blood pressure might have raise. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My blood pressure might have raised, ladies and gentlemen.
So Jamaica, have you guys seen the headline in the paper? The Prime Minister says squatting is earth in Jamaica. So right now, Mr. Holness prefer homeless more squatting because he prefer people out the door and live on the road. He's not making it easy access for with a buy land affordable.
And not just that. He might rob with NHT money. So The money we're supposed to use to help the people them get houses and don't squat and have a legal house. Them a rabbit. And now them a tell us say squatting now gonna work. So they totally a push out the poor people them. What a wicked man. What a wicked government.
Now, why we have no house in trust house? Him use the money I do every God Almighty thing apart from building affordable house for Jamaicans. But you are going to spend the country when your father have how much acre land and see $1 and pay feet. When Bigfoot have how much apartment and the best communities them in.
The other day, Pernell Charles not go to Paris and one of them places there. A Europe on vacation. While the people them live on that appalling. Living the best life. Can't go back and forth with you niggas. Only if you learn. Only if you blurt not learn. And stop run back at them crow bait ya. Them parasite ya. When a business about to know. When you hear what Michael Manley say. You must live amongst the people. Walk amongst the people. I one and few politicians say I do that now. And none of them not there over Jamaica Labour Party. Can't tell you that. None of them not there over Jamaica Labour Party.
When you and Bigfoot have the most apartment in the country right now, right? And the land amount of thief from people over Berners Lodge, where your thief get Bigfoot and your son, right? And poor people don't have nothing. You talk about squatting earth in Jamaica. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So Jamaica, Mr. Holness, inform investors to expand building affordable homes so they can get rid of informal settlement. But one question I have to ask you, Mr. Holness, if you yourself now use the housing trust for build affordable housing, for get rid of informal settlements, how you expect investors them to do it?
Bravo!
But I'm telling you about my Jamaica. We are going to have one bag of apartment in Jamaica, uptown, downtown, and around the corner.
Yes.
And there are no buyers. Because the people, them poor people, them want house. No house in their Jamaica.
Yeah, true.
No money in their Jamaica to buy them.
That's
house.
exactly what they're doing. I tell you, so one man tell me, my mother years ago, I'm a labor right, I know all I labor right them. The man say, a be rich people are going to live at Jamaica in the future. Where them a plan. And that was a deportee too. No, friend of Pernell Charles. One friend of Pernell Charles tell my mother that years ago. You understand? That's the agenda.
Andrew didn't say anything about the Chinese them and leave in Jamaica. So I'm doing confirm in my inbox. Because if I never the Chinese them will probably dead for hungry. Remember, it's only two places we would have to shop. The shop and the supermarket. And when something selling the wholesale for $100, you know say $100 you got pay. But when you see in a supermarket and you say $100, you know say $110, $120 tax. You understand? So when we can go shop 2 times for the week and use the money to go at wholesale, you can feed yourself for the whole week with the 2 times you go to shop. So I'm not going to look out and say, make the Chinese them go on. I will never say that because like I said, if it weren't for the Chinese, no for we dead for hungry. And no for we them naked. You understand? All I'm saying, the Jamaican government should make its citizens be their #1 priority.
Facts.
Treat them good.
Facts.
Save them dignity.
Facts.
Okay? Stop choosing foreigners over the Jamaicans.
Facts.
But just I say it wrong, because everywhere I move Jamaican them from, when I put shiny near to them, most of the times if you look at the spots where they're moving the Jamaicans from, it's not like, alright, they say the Chinese them will come. The Chinese them is just within proximity. You understand? So it's like they don't want us to be seen.
Yep.
You understand? So I feel that if it's one could shot this and look appropriate, go upgrade it. Go and go upgrade it. Make it look better. But don't take away their livelihood.
Nah.
The citizens should be your #1 priority. But
this a nasty, wicked government, yeah. This a drunker government, yeah. What you mean, man? The man ain't terrible, man. The man them have their shop. And you go move the man in front of their shop. And take them out of here. That's how they make them living. Traffic a pass. That's how they make them money. Through traffic. Instead of you upgrade the man them, you move them and put in the Chinese on our germs. Straight up. When I rate to the bridging. It is what it is. Some things you can't pretty up, man. You're not too awful, man. You're wicked and evil to the people, the black people in Jamaica. Make we say it clear. Wicked and evil to the black people in Jamaica. Always I put on the black people and I fight them up instead of uplift them. But every other race can come and just get all type of help from the government through our tax dollars that we pay. Somebody have to say it, man. Right? The man who put in one position, or the man who want to put you right back in a slavery. I want to talk about white man, Mark Golding, and the black man that do that, Andrew Holness. Wicked drunker government. Yes. Terrible, man. It blatant.
Everybody
blatant in our eye.
Chinese have more rights in this country than Jamaicans.
Of course.
You understand?
Police and murder you them.
Why you all think that I'm saying Chase?
You ever seen none of them are murder the Chinese? You ever seen none of the police them talk to the Chinese them rough? Or rough them up? I see them lock up some Chinese are the most decent. I ever see them lock up nobody and put handcuff on them. You remember that video there when they lock up the Chinese them? I think I some dog they then they have also. Some dog then catch them with like them are the dog farming and illegal. Decent, then lock them up. No rough up, no nothing. No mistreatment, no nothing. No violent, no nothing. No abuse, no nothing. But when it comes to them own black people, them see when I deal with them like them a dog. And that's a fact.
Well, I would never say that.
Disgusting.
Never say that. You understand? I'm saying they are the one bringing in the water gun, going at the wholesale them, go lock them off the water gun.
Of course.
To the local people themselves.
If you are sell water gun, you're supposed to get locked up. Then water gun is illegal. If you have a store and sell water gun, based off of the law, you should be locked up. The idiot law with them put out, so why them not gonna lock up the Chinese them have water gun them? Huh?
They are the one bringing in the illegal cigarettes. Go and search
them and lock them
up before them.
That's a fact.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Okay? So, naturally, people, when they go for dealers, the man is go for the head of the gun. So, why is it that we want to fish for the local them and I leave the people them where the actual dealer? But I understand that. So, you just show that to not harm and not take set down one sentence because it's not the Jamaicans who are bringing the illegal cigarette them and the water gun them. And Mr. Shang, and Mr. Shui, and Mr. Shui, and them are bring them in.
Shang. Shoo, Shang. I can't bother.
Jamaica, have you guys. Mr. Holness. Sir, you sleep last night? Mr. Holness, did you sleep last night? Jesus Christ, Mr. Holness, you're wicked. Oh, you mean, so you come tell the people? You know, so the people them are mad out here, go tell the people them about squatting and mash up Jamaica. Mr. Holness, are you mash up Jamaica with the corruption and the thiefness? Christopher Tufton with the $500 million. The 80 million when give Ben Spunani Oman too. Floyd Green with the 70 nearly 80 million. Clerk at the house 29 million. Dana Dixon, Rhoda Mike Crawford, Marlon Morgan, the head of the Cuban Frog 24 million. Daryl Vase 1.4 billion. What?
No,
Come
sir.
On,
no,
Come
sir.
on, no. Don't a FLA dead man get gun license.
Yeah, thinking about that. What other better than well, then again, there was a word for the FLA man, you know. There's a word for the FLA. I'm gonna play it after this.
Days after I'm dead. And all up. Don't you know that we lost some 5 or 7% GDP because of the corruption? Mr. Holness, a corruption mash up Jamaica. Corruption destroy the country. That's why we have no hospital, no road, no nothing. Corruption. That's the #1 killer in our country.
I'll probably have to use that video there.
So people, in the midst of me come across an interview, somebody shared with me a fly green, I give some gibberish boy people in my party and I leave. We already know what Ed Batman says hotel have a bill down there. And Joel said people them can't stay. So we have put back everything in one. And we have add fly green and we have to ask fly green some question. Because why am I saying that make no sense?
Who are on the coast in Parity, an area that was badly damaged, which I toured, which is quite clear that the cost of reconstruction there will be quite higher than the houses that you're trying to save.
The government has made it clear that the area will not be rebuilt as is.
Instead,
residents will be relocated in a phased process aimed at protecting both lives and livelihoods.
We have already indicated to the people of Parity that that area has to be relocated.
You indicated to the people, surprise me, must know this.
That your livelihood will be preserved.
We have a listen flag.
In Parity, there is no move to try and force people to leave, right? That's the first thing. That's clear, right? Anything that will happen is in relation to an engagement with the people, right? Clearly, as you know, some people have the wherewithal and some people have already rebuilt, right? And what most people are saying is that they are ready to run the risk, but there are some people who are not able to. So, right? There are some people that because the sea has taken the land, they cannot.
Stop right this offline.
Further inland and the coastline will become the new touristic area of St. Louis. Wow. So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision and Black River, that's where we're going. All of from Parati all the way back to Crawford, if you know that area. And then Treasure Beach with this development. But in building out the township, we're going to also be building a new airport.
In relation to an engagement with the people, right? Some people have the wherewithal and some people have already rebuilt, right? And what those people are saying is that they are ready to run the risk, but there are some people who are not able to, right? There are some people that because the sea has taken the land, they cannot build back in that area.
With regards to Parity and the issues that are being faced, we intend to engage because the government is also very, very firm and sure, but we are not sure on this. Sometimes persons will take a position because all the facts are not placed on the table. And we intend to continue the consultation with the residents to point out to them the danger.
Oh, yeah, the moment I talk about consultation. So what we not going to do? We not going to try to convince the residents of them.
We don't know what it means to be enslaved or in lack. But let me tell you something, if you were to ask your ancestor, like maybe your great-great-grandmother, they would say something different. They would say, oh, I remember when we used to have to run and hide. I remember when we used to live in slavery. I remember this. They would share something different. But because this generation has grown to know freedom, they do not know what it means to be in captivity. They do not know what it means to be in war. They do not know what it means to have a lack for extended period of time. And so I just want to say to you to expect the unexpected. Just expect the unexpected. And yeah, just prepare. And get your hearts and your spirit in tune with the Creator. Repent. Because I know Jamaicans pretty much know what it takes to please God. They know the word of God. Most of Jamaica, they go in church and they know the word of God and they know in which areas of their life they're not pleasing God. And I just want to say to Jamaica, I want to implore to the people of Jamaica, be ready and get ready because God is not pleased. Because literally everything that we do in our daily life is pleases God. And the word of God says that if you are not serving God, then you're serving the devil. He said you cannot serve two masters at the same time and you have to pick who you're going to choose. You're going to pick who you're going to serve. You cannot serve both of them at the same time. So if you're looking into yourself as you hear this message, if you're listening to this message and you're looking into yourself, and if you can truly say that I am not serving God, then you're serving the devil. And that makes you stand in a very dangerous place right now. I can stand and I can testify without a shadow of a doubt, and I can tell you that the time that is ahead of us will not be easy. The time that is ahead of us will not be pretty. And unless you know God, unless you trust God, unless you are anchored in Him, I don't know if you're going to survive it. Trouble is ahead. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. And you need to surrender and repent and depend upon Jesus. God bless you.
So, on a year, the young lady, right? Like I said, the name of our channel is Testimony of Jesus 77. You guys can go and check out our videos. That video was 2 weeks ago, 14 days ago, and she shared a vision that she had some months ago. And she said she saw missiles coming from the sea, directed coming to Jamaica, and also planes dropping bombs here as well. You understand? And Pastor Peter Chambers' video that I released 2 days ago. Where is it?
I believe that he felt that he was protected, and the police, they stopped the car, and when they stopped the car, what they did, they ordered him to come out, and they just pulled their guns and just begin to align the young man's body with gunshot wounds, with gunshots, and he fell to the ground and he died instantaneously. And the Lord said to me in the vision, these are the laws and regulation that is being legislated under this government. And even though the Prime Minister came out saying that the JCF, that is not his objectives, that is a lie, who is it that gave the JCF the legal rights, the power to be carrying out an order? And then you have the hungry belly labor rights, you have the activists coming out and saying that the PNP supporters are building propagandas. When you see the blatant murder, the blatant death that is hanging over, and it's been demonstrated by the JCF. And the question that I want to ask, because this, you can't say somebody tells me, it's a vision I got. I saw it. The police ordered the young man to come out of the vehicle. He drew his gun and started squeezing the trigger. The young man's body was hit with bullets. He fell to the ground and started vibrating. Life left his body. And listen, Jamaica is heading into destruction under this government, because they're under lodge, they're under dealerance, they're under the Illuminati, they're under the occult, the Satanists. Most of these politicians, their hands are tied with the dark world. And even though they call the name of Jesus Christ, it is done in a facade to win the hearts of the religious and the political Christians. And that is why they will ever say that Pastor Peter Chambers is a false prophet and his prophecy did not come to pass. Listen, the judgment that is ahead, and Jamaica is suffering today. You notice even Buju was an activist, a JLP activist who helped to secure the win in Granville, and Buju was eliminated by the very government, by the very JLP party government. Police went down there and murdered her. And when we came out and defended Buju, the political activists, JLP activists, they came out and they bashed and they said that they build up an allegation and lies to say that we are defending the criminals, when they know without a shadow of a doubt that we are not defending the criminals, we are defending the people and the citizens of this land. We're speaking out against the murder, the blatant murder of the JCF, the police in Jamaica. And we are wondering if Jamaica is like America. Listen, Jamaica, wake up. Listen, we're blind, we're deaf and dumb, we're sleeping, and now you see a lot of GOP supporters coming out. I saw a young lady crying out, and Jonas, is this is what I vote for. Remember, 1 week, 7 days in fasting and prayer before the election, I cried out to you all, and I showed you all the objective of this present government. And you all bashed me, you lied on me, You say all manner of things against me falsely. You spoke about my wife, my children, my mother. You tell me what I'm going to do with my mother, my wife, and my pitney. And you say all manner of evil. No, you're seeing the manifestation of what the Lord has revealed to me. I warned you of the judgment. The Bible said, if the prophet sees the judgment and warn the nation and the prophet will go down. I will not be going down with you all. Jamaica is at the verge of a destruction right now. Even the ship docked at Jamaica, and you said that you're taking pictures and it's all about knowledge and whatever. Listen, war is about to be released in the Caribbean region. The Caribbean region is in trouble. Listen, bombs are going to be released into countries when the war begins. Right now, Russia warship showed up in Cuba. And the people in Cuba, right now, the government in Cuba is giving people guns to defend themselves if America should launch an attack against them. Now Jamaica got into the crossfire. Listen, the people of Jamaica must understand that Jamaica is not safe. And listen, the Lord told me to tell the remnants, there is going to come a time that the remnants have to run out of this country. Because listen, what you have done, you have flied the gate and you're letting the pirate. Listen, when I warned you of all the judgment, all you all came on social media and typing and exalting yourself that Pastor Peter Chambers is a false prophet and his prophecy did not come to pass. You all are liars. Over and over, the prophecies are coming to pass, and those prophecies who did not came to pass, they are on the verge to expose you and to bring you to open disgrace. Jamaica, I have warned you over and over. There will be weeping and mourning and gnashing of teeth. And just as the Bible says, so in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end. Many of you are going to weep. Your sons and your daughters will be eliminated right before your eyes because you defended an organization that has sold out, my God, Jamaica for their belly. They have sold out Jamaica because of money and wealth, even where it is concerned to the lands in St. Elizabeth. Some of you said that it was propaganda. The Lord showed us what was their objective going forward, even after Melissa, the Hurricane Melissa. Listen, their objectives were to remove you from the lands, my God Almighty, in Black River, in the territory of St. Elizabeth, where the government wants you to leave and to relocate you because they want to build, my God Almighty, a city, one of the greatest cities. They don't care if you vote for them. They don't care if you agree with them. All they want is to carry out an agenda to let the rich be richer and the poorer be poorer. How long are you going to open your blind eyes and see the blatant objective of this evil government and continue? And listen, this is why they want to murder us. They want to kill us. They want to eliminate us. They want us to see, my God, they want you to see us as the evil one, the propagandists. They want, hallelujah, glory be to God, for you not to know the truth. The Lord says, Peter, they have placed a political blindfold over their eyes. They cannot see. They are blind as a parched corn. And listen, that is why you're hearing the cry in this land. You see the murder of our sons and our, my God, our sons in this land, our daughters in this land. They are going down in death because they have signed the document. Do you remember I told you of a document that the Prime Minister would have to sign? And this document has been signed. Remember, I told you all before election that there is a document, and that document has been signed. So listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to fly the gate, I'm going to let in the pirate. So listen, whatever judgment that this government has caused upon the land. Jamaica was sold out for money. Jamaica was sold out for greed, for their belly. Jamaica, listen, if you notice, all this government is doing, they're pursuing the lands. There's a rat race for the lands, and everybody all of a sudden possess how many acres of land out of nothing, and they're robbing and they're stealing the people of Jamaica. But listen, because you all took the $5,000 and the Kentucky Fried Chicken because of your hungry belly, and listen, some of you upset when we call you hungry belly labor, right? Because what? Your vote was dictated by money. Your vote was dictated by a box food, a lunch box food. Your vote was dictated because of 10,000, 25,000. So you did not vote, my God, legislatively and by law. You vote because of what you could have get. And that is why Jamaica is suffering. Jamaica will suffer as long because of the decisions that we have made. And listen, if you want to send me a PNP, it's up to you. When the judgment start reach you, when the police start murder your son and murder your daughter, listen, it is spiritual. All that is happening over Jamaica, it is a spiritual warfare. The Bible said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, the Illuminati, the spirit of the occult, the organization of the Illuminati and the dark world, the occultic world. They have come into Jamaica. The witches, the warlocks, the wizards, they have override Jamaica because they were given legal rights. You notice during the period of election, how many Obeah flew down from America to secure, to make sure that Andrew Holness go back in, because this evil is at work. Learn that. Evil is at work. Evil is at work, and Jamaica is at the verge of a mighty destruction. And listen, all the talking, listen, the earthquake is going to shift all of your objectives, all of the renovation that you're doing in this land. It is going to crumble. Earthquake is going to turn Jamaica upside down and swallow you, my God Almighty, the city where uno build. God will turn it upside down, because the spirit of sodomy, the spirit of the effeminates are rising up in this land. The legislation gave them power, the effeminates, to rise in this land under the facade that you say you know the name of Jesus Christ, and you're praying, and you have the so-called political church, so they're standing behind the evil. The Bible said that you should not put new wine into dirty bottle. My God, righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach. Sin is a disgrace. The Bible declares, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from the wicked ways, he will heal from them. He will heal the land. God cannot heal the land if the church is behind this evil organization, this evil government. If the church, 85% of the church taking the blood money and eating off Jezebel's table, Ahab's table, my God Almighty, what can the righteous do? Hallelujah. What can the righteous do? And we see where Jamaica is plunging daily in destruction. Because if you all declare that crime is down, and it's the police that is killing out, I think it's 200 young men have been killed according to the statistic from the JCF have killed, eliminate, they're still killing out them. And listen, all of you who talking about is you supporting criminal. Listen, wait until JCF pounds upon you. The spirit, the demon behind them, I got the vision. The demon behind them is fierce. They don't care who you are. They don't care if you support them. Once they pounce upon you, they're going to eliminate you. Only those that are covered by the precious blood of Jesus
Ramsey, what's up?
will spear from the wrath to come. And listen, Jamaica Listen, listen, some of you are talking about false prophet. Watch it, dog, it to the supper. When bombs start raining from Cuba, and we're going to find out who is false. Because some of you are going to try to run for your life, but you're going to end up right under the bomb and the rebel and the destruction. Because what? You signed it. Listen, this present government is in alliance with America. And that is why even the decision with the Cuban doctors, all of the facade and the lies with the Mattel, listen, everything will bust out. Everything is going to be exposed. And all of the secrecy that they are going through, the confidentiality and the documents that have been signed behind the back of the people of Jamaica from this present government.
Hi, Vivian. Hi, Vivian.
The manifestation of the destruction. Many of you are going to come and see it. And listen, I'm very happy that not all, because many of those who supported the Jamaica Labour Party, their eyes have been opened.
Yes.
The scales have been removed. The blindfold has been removed. And they're seeing the destruction. But the ones who are getting the 5,000, the 10,000, the 15,000, the 25, the 50 grand a month, my God, they can't see. The blind, but the Bible said, can the blind lead the blind?
My God.
They are, my God, responding according to their belly.
Wow. I want to play something funny on my side. I want to play something funny. Here the people them from party. Just a show no what go on. Here the people them from party.
Hey, so you say you... They have a plan, tell me, what tell the people there? Yes.
We don't want to move. I plan where they
Okay.
have. But see, look at how them have a plan. We have a plan with them too.
Yes.
Let them plan and come and then better plan and come good. Because we have something they are waiting for them.
All right. We're not getting into it here. All right, thank you. No, sir. Hey, so you say they have a plan and what? Tell me, what tell the people there? Yes.
That's them have a talk, say we don't want to move. I plan where they
Okay.
have. But see, look at how them have a plan. We have a plan with them too.
Yes.
Let them plan and come and then better plan and come good. Because we have something they are waiting for them.
All right. We're not getting into it here. All right, thank you. No, sir.
Hi, Britannia. Sandra, what's up? How you guys doing? When you hear the people in my party, the ladies say them have a plan, but we have a plan for them. Tell them so if you come. We have a plan for them too. Everywhere is war. Me say war. People, if you guys have not yet watched the videos that are released, and I'm sure there's some of the videos that you haven't watched, I want to encourage you to go and check them out. My new uploads. I need you guys to go check out my new uploads, ladies and gentlemen. So, you have this video. Wait a minute. Oh. You have this video. Yeah, man, some of them video only not touch none at all. Yeah, a lot of these videos. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos. The last 8 videos that I've dropped. You guys, a lot of you guys have not checked it out. Alright? So no homework right now on Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo VNR clips. Is to on Bolo Tbv. You have to subscribe to all of my channels. Go over to Bolo VNR clips, Bolo VNR 2.0, and you will see the video uploads. I don't do video uploads again on Bolo Tbv. What I do is I do live streams. I have some lengthy live streams of throwback videos. So watch all the lives them over by Bolo Tbv, Bolo VNR clips, Bolo VNR 2.0. Check out the video uploads. Alright, my people. I'll see you guys later tonight. I'll be back. Alright? I'll be back later tonight on Bolo VNR 2.0. Yeah, I'll be back on Bolo VNR 2.0. Alright? Alright, bless up on yourself. See you guys later. I'm out. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hitting the like button. God bless you all. Big up.